Welcome to Chicago.
SportstownChicago.com.
O'Hare.
Broadcasting live from Sportstown, Chicago.
Broadcast home for your Windy City Bulls and Chicago Dogs.
We're in a league of our own. Now, here's your SportstownChicago.com update.
It is 2:30. I am Andrew DeBruycker with your SportstownChicago.com update, brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com. Pico Armstrong goes deep twice, driving in 4 runs, leading the Cubs to a sweep of Ohtani and the Dodgers with a wild 7-6 win, pushing PCA ahead in the NL MVP race. Nico Horner added 3 hits as Chicago won for the 4th time in 5 games. Chicago left-hander Shota Imanaga allowed 8 hits while working 5 innings of 1-run ball. He struck out 6 and walked none. Cubs also improved to 32-15 since June 11th, strengthening their hold on the top spot in the NL wildcard standings. David Peterson starts against Toronto tonight in the makeup of a June 21st rainout. Dylan Cease takes the mound for the Blue Jays. White Sox fall short in Game 2 versus the scorching hot Red Sox, who've won 25 of 28. Sox starter Sean Burke allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 4 1/3 innings for the White Sox, who are blank for the 8th time this season. Sox look to take Game 3 of the series tonight with trade acquisition Luis Castillo making his Sox debut at 6'10". Sky scored 34 in the 4th to knock off the Sparks 95-88. Lead was just 70-69 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining before the Sky went on an 11-3 run to take control. Cloud and Sheldon each made a 3-pointer on back-to-back Sky possessions during the run, while Los Angeles went 3+ minutes without a field goal. The Sky host Indiana at the United Center on Saturday. USA Basketball's long-awaited youth movement continues. Caitlin Clark, Paige Buckers, Angel Reese, and Aaliyah Boston will make their first USA appearances at the major international competition next month at the FIBA World Cup in Germany. The 12-player women's national team, which USA Basketball announced Thursday morning, is headlined by A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, who have combined for 6 WNBA awards and have each won World Cup and Olympic MVP honors. This has been your Sportstown Chicago top of the hour update, brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com.
You've heard the final whistle, you've seen the scoreboard, but the conversation is just getting started. Welcome to the 5th quarter, where we break it all down, analyze every play, and give you the perspective that goes beyond the game.
You have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way down top. Bang!
That first pitch crushing!
Here comes Chris Paul. The lob. Oh, what a monster jam by the Andre Jordan. Boise State for the win. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won the Tostitos Festival.
Game might be over, but we're not. Opinions, hot takes, and everything they didn't say on the broadcast. This is the 5th quarter.
Welcome in, everybody, to the 5th quarter! Woo! And I am your host, Andrew DeBruycker. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we have a jam-packed show for you. We are going over losers of the MLB trade deadline and winners of the MLB trade deadline, and lots of NFL news going on that we'll get to later when we go ahead and bring on Joshua Williams, who will be joining us later. But joining me now, Mr. Adam Schlimschnady Schneider. He's my producer over there. And, of course, Mitchell Gilbert, because as Adam pointed out in our pre-show kind of meeting here, this show has become a baseball-first program. Yeah. And it has gotten me so beyond excited. So we will go ahead and just jump right into the losers of the MLB trade deadline and everything like that. But first, Adam, I believe you had a lovely clip as we are here in Chicago and waiting around for wonderful, great things. Some Chicago sports fans are, itching for a certain MVP race. You want to go ahead and hit us with that real quick?
Lauer ready to work. That is hammered center field. That's back on its way out of here. We got an in-game MVP race. Ohtani goes deep. Now PCA does. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, and that was the PCA homer, that off the leadoff homer to start the game. Him and Ohtani going back to back, to both lead off the prospective innings for each team. PCA had a later one as well that went over as well. A homer that put the Cubs up 7-6 and ended up finally, completing that sweep of the Dodgers after they've kind of solidified themselves even more as the evil empire over this year's kind of trade deadline in a lot of baseball fans' minds. But now with that kind of all being said and kind of going over all that, I think it's thank you to Marquee Network or Fox or wherever you pulled that from, much appreciated.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna lead it off to Mr. Mitchell over here. Mitchell, I told Adam I kind of want to make this a bronze, silver, and gold, if you will. So, not your best loser, if it would make any sense, but your worst loser is what you're not your.
So the brown medal.
The brown medal. Yes, it's not quite bronze. Brown seems better somehow. So I'm going to ask you, who's your loser of the trade deadline? What you think, buddy? Baltimore. All right.
Look at what's going on with the AL East right now. It's Baltimore has they gave a pitcher, they gave everything up. They still are bad. The Red Sox have looked red hot still. I think Baltimore's clearly the loser if you're trying to gain back any ground in this AL East race. Because like I said, that division right there, that is my winner for whoever's going to make the World Series. Whoever wins out, gets to the playoffs. Whoever wins going in, that's my winner, my pick for the AL champion. And if the O's made some bad trades, and I think that they're out. So.
I do want to add on to that just kind of real quick.
Yeah, no. If I want to say this, Opera, if we have a team that Mitchell mentions, and you're like, oh, I have them in my 3. Feel free to be like, and me too, and jump right. Go ahead.
I talked to Nick about it earlier, and I said the Orioles, for what they got back, is a winning package from was it Adley?
Yes.
In that trade.
Yeah.
Yes. So this was kind of
3 out of 5 of Boston's
top 5.
Yeah.
Number 2, 3, and 5.
Yes.
And the thing is here is that this was so iffy for me because that package was so good for Baltimore. The reason why they're kind of leaning towards more the loser side for me personally is because what the hell are we doing trading to our in-division opponents here?
Yeah,
That's more my
I
point.
can see that.
If you're trying to get ahead, because they're 12 games back, the AL is still kind of up for grabs in terms of that wild card spot, but
they're not really in the picture.
But they're not in the picture, and it's like if you're going to try to get in the picture.
I don't think this move was trying to get in the picture. I think this was accepting that they're out.
It's more they're trying to get back into the swing of things later on, kind of rebuild. And I understand that, and I obviously, I took that into consideration, but it's more the fact, why would you trade to one of your biggest rivals, the Boston Red Sox? That's what kind of killed it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, the Orioles did, again, this was an iffy one, but the fact that they got that many prospects, they got cash, which who doesn't like cash? But top 5 prospects in the Red Sox system, number 2, 3, and 5, as I mentioned before. That is an absolute win for the Orioles. I know this is more like, holy crap, look what they got back. But again, when you trade one of your best players in the Orioles system to your division, that's kind of where I'm just kind of getting at here.
Yeah, and I can see where both of you are coming from. I wouldn't consider them a loser or a winner. I think I'd have them in this weird purgatory for all the reasons that you stated for being considered a losers, but also I think they waved the white flag, and I think receiving a massive haul from the Red Sox, they didn't have a large chance. They had a 17% chance of making the playoffs per Fangraphs, but this never really felt like a playoff team. But it is always kind of, I guess, a gut punch when a team within like shooting range decides that they're going to trade key players rather than adding. And especially, it's kind of symbolic of everything that's gone wrong for the Orioles since 2023 when they won 101 different game 101 games in the 2023 season. All the once promising prospects and players who either just got up or never quite developed, as expected. So I think it's the right move, but I wouldn't put them necessarily, me personally, in a bucket either. So wait, were the Orioles also your bronze there, or your brown medal? I guess we would say.
No. They're more in the brown bronze, just only because losers. That's kind of
Yeah.
But they're in the bronze, and even that's a little iffy. Again, only because that package is kind of their saving grace.
I understand
there.
if you guys have the Orioles as losers and just not quite. They're not the biggest loser, but
No, of course
certainly a.
Although, give me a refresher here. The Orioles. So you said the 2, 3, and 5 overall prospects. Are they this all with the Woo Sox, or is this all Red Sox specifically?
I believe.
Well, most of the time that they're prospects, they're not with the Red Sox.
Okay, so these are Woo Sox.
Either they're either Wooster or other such.
Okay, yeah. I'm like Norfolk. I've seen that Norfolk team play, and
the Tides. Shout out the Tides, baby.
Yeah, like I've seen the Norfolk team play, and if they're adding up to that, then I think the Orioles can be solid. But it's hard because it's like what we talked about when we talked about that philosophy segment. You just don't know until it fully develops. And like I said, the reason why I said they were losers because, like you mentioned, it's like throwing in a white towel when you really shouldn't. Like, there's still a couple months to go. Baseball,
yeah, but they're 12. They're 12 games out. Is kind of like the acceptance that this is, as we've talked about, one of the worst ALs we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. And
to kind of have it be this kind of weird sort of area where you're probably not going to win. You're not going to win the East.
Yeah, but now they're really not, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think
really
that's where you should make the move. Yeah. The trade deadline's where you take that jump, where you decide, where you make that decision, where it's like, oh, okay, well now if we think if we buy right now we can win, and I think if the Orioles bought, I think it would be a drastic mistake, honestly.
It's like my honorable mention would probably be like Detroit, maybe just because you love Scooball, but
that's a great transition because my bronze, that would be the Detroit Tigers. You lost Scooball and you lost Mize, but you got good packages for both of them, I'm okay with that. I don't agree with kind of what you were pointing out as well, the philosophy of half selling. I hate a fence sitting team. Like, if you clearly waved the white flag in trading away Scooball and Mize, but now you leave Gleyber Torres and Jack Flaherty and Tyler Holton. You leave a bunch of guys that are going to either be free agents or hit arbitration at the end of the year on your team. If you're truly trying to build for next year and years upcoming, why would you leave these guys on the team? And I don't want to hear it's like, oh, to get people to come out to the ballpark. Gleyber Torres isn't moving the needle for anybody in Detroit to be like, oh, now I'll come watch the Tigers play. So I agree with what you're saying. Like, the Tigers it's an interesting one because, like, obviously you can easily say they're a loser because they lost the reigning Cy Young winner. But I think those two aren't really what I am worried about. I think they lost because you didn't fully commit.
And it's kind of the trade package kind of shows that.
It goes back to what Adam was saying.
It's not the trade package. Sorry, Mitchell. It's not the trade package. It's you have expiring pieces. Okay. You sold Tariq and Mize. That's, to me, that's saying we're done with this year. We're probably not. We're going to build, try to get some young talent up, see what's going on, and try to work things that way instead of like, oh, I hated the package for Scooball and Mize. I think Cash Mayfield's a great pickup for Mize. He's a former first-round pick. He's in Double-A, like 3.14 ERA, doing great things right now. I think that both guys, I think I went over River Ryan and Zaire Hope pretty well and Brady Smith the other day. Like, I agree with that package too. So I like what they got in return. It's just that, like, if you're going to sell.
Yeah, and going back to what I was saying, like, that was the reason why I don't have the Tigers as my quotes bronze or brown or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's only because of the fact that what they got in return. Now the O's, like you said, it's good return, but I felt like it was a bad investment. Just because we don't know how that's going to fully play out, and it could.
Yeah, well,
still
I mean, we don't know
negatively
either.
impact.
We don't know with Cash or Hope or any of the guys either. I think that's always the risk.
No, absolutely. Kind of moving a little, like checking a little forward here.
Yeah.
For my second place, I actually got the Yankees.
As losers,
Yeah.
I can understand that, and I go ahead and
Kinda-
expand on that for me.
I do. I actually took notes. I have bullet points
Yeah.
here.
Hey, and I'm proud of you for it. Like,
Thank you.
Give it to me.
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
And anyways, so while they did get Luis Garcia Jr., it doesn't help that you are second in the AL East. You're trying to compete for a playoff spot. I would have thought at least they would have gotten a couple more guys, no, other than notably again Garcia.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this team, I'm not so sure if they should expect Judge to kind of carry this entire. They got Cam Schlittler, yes.
I am okay. So we talked about this on Blow the Whistle yesterday. Blow the Whistle, you won.
They're a good team without
Yeah.
Judge too.
Sure, but the thought process that you're not going to make any moves now because Rodon and Judge and Giancarlo and all these guys are supposed to come back early September is, I mean, like, are you that confident? Cody Bellinger's out still too. Like, they have a phenomenal team waiting in the wings, but are you comfortable sitting on your hands like that? Is kind of the surprise that we had. Like, Hunter Goodman, the catcher for the Rockies, Nick and I talked about on Blow the Whistle how we were stunned that he didn't end up a Yankee or even with another team at that point. Heck, the Chicago White Sox traded for Joey Bart. He's like the third catcher for the Braves, but he's a veteran presence. Like, that would be better than the catching that they've been running out in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when it comes to the New York, I almost said the Knicks. With the New York,
We talk a lot of Knicks on the show too, so it's like
yes, sir. Shout out Josh in the corner.
yeah.
The Yankees, yes, they have a great team. Bellinger, they got Schlittler, they got Judge. Yes. But 2 of the 3 are injured right now. And they will be coming back, give or take. But again, like you said, and you said it a lot better than I did, are they comfortable kind of sitting on their hands when really I think they should be making that push?
Or at least a move. Like Luis Garcia is a fantastic addition that will probably create some steadiness for the Yankees lineup going forward. They also brought up their number 1 prospect in George Lombard Jr. So I think that's all very interesting. But it is this world where it's like, are you gonna coast for that long? Like, can you keep your heads above water almost?
Yeah. And going back to the way kind of what you were saying, like, yeah, you expect a kind of a bigger trade when you're this close to the Rays. Like, you're 4.5 games behind right now, and like they're in a pretty comfortable spot of making the playoffs. But you expect them to kind of do a little more, especially if you're going to compete for the AL championship. Like,
if you're going to compete for a World Series.
Yeah. And it kind of goes back kind of like when I'm looking at the like American League as a whole, like the White Sox made some good picks with the not picks. They made some good trades with pitching. It seems like, but and it seems to have favored that, but I didn't see that with the Yankees at all. And so I agree with the Yankees. I'd probably put it like O's, Tigers, Yankees is probably my.
Probably your 3.
Or your 3T or 3 tied.
The triple T.
No, they're all the losers. Dude, we can't. I gotta break you 2 up at one point. I don't know if we're allowed to have this like weird twin telepathy on. Like, good lord! All right, Adam, we've gone over so far your silver. So I think. Do you have anything else to say on the Yankees at all, or should I bring up
Mitch, sir?
Let's go with the top.
Well, hold on now. I got to get my silvers out. So
yes, that's true.
Then, Mister, I would put the Atlanta Braves are the second biggest loser of the trade deadline. The Braves did the least of any first place team. They only acquired what I can describe as lower tier players in Tyler Mahle with a 5.13 ERA, Bailey Falter has a 14 ERA. Lane Thomas, 7.19 OPS. Brent Suter out of the bullpen. They could have used a better starting pitcher, and Malley's unlikely to make like significant impact. The big thing for me was they were kind of the heads of what was expected to be the Jacob deGrom trade, which reportedly got all the way to the end, and deGrom would not waive his no trade clause.
Yes, I saw that.
So I think that is tough, but if the pivot from Jacob deGrom is Tyler Mahle and Bailey Falter, like I'm normally a big fan of how Alex Anthopoulos, the GM, runs the Braves within these past like 10 some odd years. But this is a classic Braves deadline. You could really make the push here and trade off some prospects and really make that push and put a top level starter next to Sale. Like a deGrom Sale, like I can see where your mind was at. A deGrom Sale 1-2 is one of the best in baseball. We would be talking about the Braves an awful lot if that was the case. But when you don't really give him any backup, Strider's still on the IL. Schwellenbach just came back, but he's coming back from injury. It leaves it to me where it's like I'd prefer if Schwellenbach was not the 2, but probably the game 3 starter in the postseason instead of having him be that number 2 guy and really having to trot him out there.
It also kind of doesn't help that they also have give or take in terms of deadline moves, like they have the second best record aside the Brewers in the National League.
Yeah,
they have a 605. And
that's a gripe that I'm going to get on with you. Please stop saying the win percentage.
Yeah, it's a win percentage.
They're 69 and 45.
You know, okay, sorry.
Don't look at the percentage here. Look
Please,
69 and 45.
Please just read that out.
I apologize to the great fans of the 5th quarter.
No,
I'm still trying to. I'm
you're
learning.
fine. You're fine. But nobody goes. The Marlins are only winning 5.04, and you're like, what? What are we talking about?
Good point. But yeah, being 69 and 45, being the second best team in the National League.
That would be the best team in the American League by record.
The Brewers are 71 and 43.
Are the Brewers in the American League?
No, I said National League.
Yeah,
right.
That's I just said. They would be the best team in the American League.
Okay.
They would be 69 and 45. The number 1 team in the AL would be the Rays at 68 and 46.
Okay, I apologize. Sorry.
You're good.
The reason why I didn't put in a National League team, I apologize if I interrupted you.
But go for it.
But the reason why there's a couple reasons why I didn't put the Braves or any of the National League teams on here, because look at the Braves. They're 8.5 games ahead of the Phillies. I know the Phillies made some big moves getting Arias, who's actually done pretty well so far in that trade. So Phillies did make some good wins on that, and we'll get into that in just a little bit because I'll definitely put them. I'll mention them later. But the Braves, I think they're in a comfortable spot. Yeah, they didn't really capitalize on some of the moves that they should have done, but I think that they're in a very comfortable position to make a good run in the playoffs. They're comfortable with that National League title, National League East title potentially. So I'd say the Braves are in a good spot, and I don't think they needed to really necessarily make any dramatic moves because of where they're at just right now.
Yeah, I think just make a move.
Yeah,
because these aren't moves. It's
something,
but it's a
very even trade. Is I think what you're trying to say.
I mean, they gave up Nacho Alvarez, who was one of their higher prospects, and Braves fans will be like, Nacho Alvarez hasn't done anything, and it's like, yeah, you guys don't need him over Ozzy Albies. It'd be silly to put him there. So it's a completely logjam situation. I just think that when your idea going into the trade deadline is we're going to get Jacob deGrom, and then your pivot from Jacob deGrom is not a Clay Holmes, it's not a Gossman or a Robbie Ray, or there are other pitchers that are, if you want to, we'll go a notch down from instead of getting Jacob deGrom. You went 80 notches down. You went for a guy with a 5 ERA and a guy with a 13.97. You went and got Lane Thomas, who's barely batting above replacement, and then you went and got Brent Suter. And Brent Suter's okay. I mean, he's like a middle relief guy, but I feel like they really could have used better starting pitching. And I feel like Mahle and Bailey Falter are unlikely to make significant enough impacts where you're even going to remember them being, part of the trades in kind of the first place.
So what I'm trying to understand from you is you're saying like, oh, that the Braves had a big opportunity.
Yeah,
to
they
really get even.
I think every other first place team. I think the Brewers made some great moves. I think the Dodgers made some great moves. I thought that the White Sox made great moves. I thought that the Tampa Bay Rays maybe necessarily didn't make great moves, but I thought that they did more than the Braves did. I didn't think the Astros did fantastic, but I thought they did more than the Braves did. I just find that as one of the teams that is in first place in your division and seeing what the Phillies did, I mean, buying in on Caleb Killian, buying in on Brooks Raley, and then also, like you mentioned, the big one being Luis Arias. I mean, that is phenomenally big pieces to add to the team. This is a reminder to everybody. Where am I? This is a reminder to everybody from Nick Johnson. Do your reflections. Yeah, right now. You go to Illinois Media School, do your reflections.
As I sit here and reflect upon my life.
No,
I mean,
reflections. Maybe do that kind of reflections too, but to do it with your therapist and not over email to Illinois Media School.
I want to add to the Braves thing. The point I was trying to make earlier. It's like with the record they have, and I think all of us could agree here. Like they're a good team, but
they're a very good team.
They are.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like you would think they'd do more to make a playoff push in the end.
That is my point here. is like you are in first. Yes. Did you need to make insane moves? No. Could you have made moves better than this? Yes. 1,000% yes. 100% yes. But I feel like now you leave your starting rotation as incredibly injured. Now you're relying on Strider, and if Strider doesn't come back overly healthy, then you kind of have to kick different players in there. I just don't think any of the guys you acquired are helping you win in the postseason, and which is tough for me.
It is tough, especially as someone from Atlanta who the Braves fans want to win another one again.
Yeah,
like I know 2021 wasn't that long ago, but
they're itching, and the Braves team is good enough to where you can be that delusional. There's a healthy amount of delusion that's allowed.
That's true.
The thing about Atlanta is like, we Atlanta, they dominate the Southeast in terms of sport market. And I think when early on in the season they started looking like they were a World Series contender, and now
I think they still are. Just would have had them higher up in like if we're power ranking them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would definitely. There was other teams that made moves where I'm like, ooh, I'll move you up. Like I definitely believe in what you can do more in terms of the end of the season. But with the Braves, it's kind of like, really? Like these.
So you're just more. It sounds like you're just more disappointed that they could have done more and they didn't.
Yeah,
capitalize.
like they could have used a better starting pitcher. I don't think any of them are going to make a significant impact. They're one of the teams that's in first place, and they really didn't acquire players that I think are of much impact at all. And I think that is a drastic oversight, considering you do not want the Phillies to get hot. God bless if the Phillies get hot, and you go, oh well, we don't have anything for that. Like Luis Arias it becomes a lightning rod to that kind of Phillies offense, and they start picking it up. That is a dangerous sight for.
He looked good the other night.
Yeah. 2 for 2, and like some walks. He did great, but
the Brown medal.
No, this is technically like the worst. This is like the worst of the worst.
Yeah, the Brown medal.
Whatever you want to call it, but you're confusing me now because you called the third place medal the Brown medal.
I guess bronze looks like okay.
So I confused myself. What do you mean? Yeah. Are you actually? You're right. That doesn't make any sense. You brought it up.
You gotta be confused. Okay, so
let's just
the worst loser is what we're gonna dub this. The worst loser of the trade deadline. We already got Mitchell's worst loser of his trade deadline.
Yeah, because I got confused because you said bronze medal like. That's
ignore what I said.
Just ignore Adam. Except for right now when he gives us his worst loser.
Because I said either O's or Tigers, but I think O's just because of the fact that it was an in-division trade.
Orioles' biggest loser of the trade deadline in Mitchell's eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
Me? I know this is like, they're losers regardless. I have the Angels and the Athletics in there. Now, very.
I'm gonna ask you.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna ask you to pick one. I'm gonna ask you to pick one.
No, that's
there
fair.
To fight for.
Angels more or less. I'm leaning more
Okay.
Angels.
All right.
Now, here's the reason.
I'm very intrigued.
I'm intrigued too.
We have not seen the Angels produce a lot, like in terms of just winning consistently.
Yeah, that's not the Angels' MO.
No,
They haven't won this season. They're 43-71.
Yeah,
it's
they're not great.
And it's not just that, but they traded away a lot of big names like Ryan. Was it Zephyr John?
Zephyr John.
Okay,
Well done.
I tried. I mean, going to the Cubs, which we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
They traded away Brent Suter. They traded away Joe Adell.
Yep.
They traded away Jose Siriano.
Yep.
And
O'Hoppe and Chase Hillseth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And when it comes to some of these players, like it's good that they're trying to think youth, but at the same time, one of the biggest reasons they're up there is like, how many times are you going to reset guys? Like there comes a point where there comes a point where it's like, dude, like, does winning even exist here? And they're not even in Los Angeles for one, but that's another thing. But it just strikes me as like one of these, like, yeah, you're trading away these guys, they're trying to get others back, and at the end of the day, there's still no result, like, at all. Yes, it is their thing that they lose a lot, but it's more or less like the consistency of their losing streaks year by year. Yeah, they're making trades, but do you kind of get what I'm trying to at least say?
I get what you're trying to say. I just disagree like a lot. I hear you. I'm disagree.
Trying here. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I disagree with you only because, like, what were the Angels going to win and lose?
That
Like,
was my point. It's like what do you? Jose Soriano is on. Got like a year and a third. Zephyr John doesn't have much contract left. Joe Adell was an expiring piece. Hoppe and Silseth are a little more questionable because they are 25-year-olds with some really good team control that you can have under them.
Mm-hmm.
But you made to me, the Angels made 5 trades with 5 different partners and now have a really good farm system headlined by what's a consensus top 30 prospect in all of baseball in Arjun Amala. So it's like, careful.
I hit my knuckle on the... If you guys heard a thud, I promise you it's not an earthquake.
I just think that they're so far out of it that normally my problem with the Angels is they don't sell.
They don't.
They didn't get anything for Ohtani. They have Trout is notoriously just stuck around there. They didn't get anything for Rendon. They just had to let him walk into obscurity.
The Ohtani trade was kind of questionable because he didn't get anything really.
They didn't trade Shohei Ohtani.
I know they didn't get but they didn't get anything after him. Like they didn't try to obtain anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that, like, you had Shohei Ohtani. You could have traded Shohei Ohtani. He could have gone Angels somewhere for half of the season and then signed with the Dodgers. Or heck, you could have traded him to the Dodgers and then he could have signed an extension.
That would have been better, but he went to go to the Dodgers.
That's the problem. You should have never been in that position. Like the Angels never sell. Perry Manassian, the old the old GM underneath Artie Moreno, holy cow, terrible decisions like over and over and over again. John Mozeliak's the GM there now, former Red Sox GM, but thank you for actually doing something because you're 15 games back.
They are clearly the worst team in the league
in the AL West.
Yeah, I mean, as someone that has family in Anaheim, it's been very disappointing in terms of that. I know a lot of my family isn't quite happy about that record.
That's an understatement.
They're not quite happy about the record. The Ducks haven't been, but that's an NHL.
That's
talk.
yeah. We won't touch on NHL right now.
But no, I'm disappointed with Angels, but I wouldn't say it's because of trades or anything. It's like we were just mentioning with Shohei, like it wasn't even a trade. That was
No,
he just
it's just the malpractice of the of the Angels front office has often like surprised me, and I think that this was not one of them.
See, I like I said, I'm learning here.
It's an opinion. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I just disagree. Like it's not like Adam, you're so stupid, but like I just disagree.
No. I get it.
There's takes, there's hot takes, and there's questionable takes.
Yeah,
that one just like
it's questionable. Yeah, where you're like, I can see where you're coming from, but
they would to me, they would not be on this list if their losing record wasn't consistent, and a lot of just other things that have happened. It's not just that.
Yeah, sure. I can see where you're coming from. I was praying you'd pick the A's because I would have backed you. I would have backed you big on the A's being the biggest loser.
If you want me to quickly,
no, I will not.
We're not
stand on it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm standing on it.
Yeah.
We spent 10-15 minutes talking about Anaheim here, for example.
For him to go, actually, you know what?
Yeah,
No.
maybe Sacramento or Las Vegas.
I only wanted to point out just a quick little note I had because they were my fourth losers. That's why.
What?
The
A's?
Athletics. Yeah, they were on this list. So I wasn't completely. You know what? Let's just move.
Let's leave,
Sorry.
Let's leave them behind.
Leave them alone.
I have my worst loser of the entire deadline, and the most garbage front office in all of baseball strikes once again. 5 games back from the NL wild card and 15 games out of the division lead. The Cincinnati Reds did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. 5+ expiring contracts. That's just the ones that are going to free agency. That's not including Brady Singer, Tyler Stevenson, or JJ Bleday, who will all be going to arbitration, who realistically you could get something for all of them. Mm-hmm. But you did nothing? What in the Reds' minds makes you look at the NL Central, at the Brewers, at the Cubs, at the Cardinals, heck, at the Pirates, and think you're going to jump any of those teams over the course of the year? The Pirates just had a great deadline.
Oh, yeah. And the thing, they only made, I believe, one move, and they traded that guy to St. Louis, I believe? The Reds?
The Reds?
Yes.
If they made one move, congratulations, but it's nothing.
Well, no, I'm kind of adding on to the point that it was
like there's literally nothing.
The reason why I wouldn't say the losers always because, as you mentioned, they did nothing.
They traded Nathaniel Lowe and Caleb Ferguson. That's it. That's all that they did.
Yes,
Nathaniel Lowe and cash to the Cleveland Guardians because why not?
Keep him in Ohio.
Well, I guess. Well, they got Juan Brito and Alejandro Riviera, and they're not anything overly crazy. Like they just did nothing. They did nothing, and they're the worst team in the NL Central, and they did nothing. And so I can't. I can.
How far out are they from the wild card again?
5 games back from the NL wild card.
Okay.
I believe. I think that's when I wrote this. That was yesterday. But
I mean, they have no chance at the division. But if they had a chance at the wild,
the whole point is like, dude, you're 4.5 games back of the wild card. Let's do a little exercise. Do you think the Reds are better than the Padres?
On paper or
just personally?
Personally, no.
No. Do you think the Reds are better than the Marlins? No. Do you think the Reds are better than the Cardinals or Pirates? No. So where are you going to make those 4.5 games up? I get that you're close to the wild card if you're 4.5 games back, but do you really look at the standings and go, "Oh, we can beat some of these teams by doing nothing"? Like,
I guess it depends on what your schedule is, but if they're in that NL Central, they have no shot.
No.
So
you're not going to win the division. You're 15 games back of the division.
15 games back, and then look at the competition.
You
got the Cubs, who are doing pretty good right now, especially after getting that sweep. That they feel really good. Milwaukee's still best team in the NL, and
they're 5.5 games above the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean that's how
That's the same gap. Gap between Brewers and Cubs and between Cubs and Reds. Same difference. Same sort of area, if not more. Like, it's it's a problem for you to look at that as a front office and go, yeah, I think we can compete. You have a negative 60 run differential. Like, what? You went 7-3 in your last 10, and you were like, "Oh, we're ready for the big time." What?
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all. I just can't believe that they would make a decision like this. Like TJ Anton is 35, middle reliever guy, pretty good starter. You could definitely go out and find something for him. Tyler Stevenson, the catching market this trade deadline was a barren landscape. The White Sox traded for Joey Bart. No disrespect to Joey Bart, but like, you're not a hot commodity by any standards. Adley Rutschman got a king's ransom. Like, there are lots of catchers that I thought were like Tyler Stevenson, Hunter Goodman. There were all these guys that I was like, okay, well, it's probably a foregone conclusion. I mean, I can't remember. I think it was either Brady Singer or there was a Reds player that was crying on the field, crying on Saturday or Friday or whatever it was, because he knew that it was probably the smart decision. He knew he was probably gone. Hugging the teammates, going through the whole thing. And you want to go ahead and say, oh, yeah, we're just going to do nothing. Your own team thinks it's in your best interest to trade some of these guys.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Not at all.
And then you sit back, you do nothing. You missed out on Schwarber in free agency. You basically just sat there, did nothing. You aren't going to improve at all. And gosh, this has gotten me so downtrodden. So hopefully our next conversation is going to be a lot more positive when we talk winners of the MLB trade deadline. We'll go over a true bronze, silver, and gold without Adam's weird metal, stuff here on the fifth quarter.
I sound a little cocky, but I think we're legends in Chicago. We really are.
SportsTownChicago.com.
We're all looking to save $1 these days, right? Well, Pino's on Main is the perfect spot for pizza lovers with the $10 and under menu that'll make your taste buds and your wallet happy. Fried chicken sandwiches, just $6. It's so good I had to start working it just to eat it every day. That's not all. Grab 2 large one-topping pizzas with extra cheesy goodness and a 2-liter soda for just $26.30. Plus, order online and get 5% off exclusive deals. Family owned and operated for 30 years. Open 7 days a week and until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Check them out on the corner of North Main and Willoughby. Pino's on Main.
Oh my God, I need some Pookie's crack cake. Pookie's crack cakes.
Yeah, girl. You ain't never heard about the best crack cakes in Chicago?
They're right there in the Bronzeville area, right at 105 East 47th Street.
They're moist, delicious, premium homemade cakes made fresh daily. One bite and you're addicted.
They got the caramel cake, butter pecan praline, and red velvet. Ooh, and don't forget the strawberry lemonade and a chocolate Oreo dream.
They're open Wednesday through Saturdays, 11 to 6 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they're closed Mondays and Tuesdays.
Early arrival is highly recommended. First come, first serve. They give out tickets at 10 a.m.
Just mention you heard it right here on Real Girl Talk Radio, and you'll get a free butter cookie with your purchase.
Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Pookie's Crack Cakes.
Girl, where you going?
I gotta go get my crack cake.
Let's go.
Looking for a great bargain? Want to find cool collectibles? Need to get fresh fruit and vegetables for the family? Come on down to Swaparama. 3 great locations, 42nd and Ashland in Chicago, Melrose Park, and Alpha, with hundreds of indoor and outdoor vendors selling clothing, tools, electronics, and much, much more. Have stuff for sale? Become a Swaparama vendor and turn your hidden treasure into cash. Visit their website for market days, hours, and vendor information. Go to swap-o-rama.com. Swaparama, the first name in flea markets.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Get money for that old car sitting in your driveway today. No more insurance payments. No more playing taxi for your friends and your family. More room in your group.
Oh, boy. Oh, okay, there we are. Hey, boys. Welcome back to the fifth quarter. I'm here with Adam's Hallucinator and Mitchell Gilbert. We went over our losers of the trade deadline before we went to break there, and now we will come back right here with a little more of a positive sort of segment on the winners of the trade deadline. I will have, of course, Mr. Mitchell lead off our round table here. Mitchell, we won't confuse you at this point because when we say bronze, we really mean it. So, Mitchell, your bronze pick, man. You're the third best team coming out of this trade deadline that won this trade deadline. What are you thinking?
City of brotherly love, Philadelphia, the Phillies. You got to look at what they've done in the last couple weeks, and now that look at what they're doing. They're finally trying to make that last little push, try to get themselves in the playoffs, which I think they're in the wild card anyway, right?
I would believe so, yes.
Yeah, so
the Phillies are, they're in a wild card.
Yeah, so but they're I know they're 8.5 games behind the Braves, but you want to compete against these top dogs if you want to make a deep run in the fall. So I think the Phillies made really good choices. Getting Arias was a good pickup, especially being a Giants fan. It was.
You're like, thank you.
We're like, thank you, and I give him credit. He's looking a lot better at Philly, I think, than San Francisco. So you know what, it was a good trade. I'm happy for him, and it's been good for Philadelphia. I think if you're a Philly fan, you should be really happy right now because this is looking pretty good going into the latter half of the season. So
yeah,
I'll say Philadelphia's in a good spot.
No, I can see where you're coming from there. Like you said, adding Arias, adding some much needed people that are players that are going to be on base at the top of the lineup. They added relievers Brooks Raley and Caleb Killian for key bullpen depth. And as I don't know if you saw, the plan includes Arias at second, Stott at third, Bohm to first, and then Bryce Harper is now playing right field again. He hasn't played there regularly since 2021, and he wasn't necessarily great defensively out there. So I think it'll be interesting to see how their defense kind of works together. But I agree with you. I think that this is a good move for the Phillies. Trying to push themselves towards the finish line and really make that big postseason push.
Yeah, Adam, you have any points you want to make?
I believe I do.
Yeah.
Number 3, I got the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, wow. That's not what we asked at all.
Oh.
That's intriguing. So before you tell us about the Boston Red Sox,
ignore that.
We'll have you. Well, now I'm not going to ignore it now. We're going to come back to it. Do you have any final thoughts on whether or not how you think about how the Phillies did this trade deadline at all?
I agree with Mitch. I think the Phillies are doing well, and it is showing that their acquisitions are doing really well. And for the final push, trying to get them at least into the wild card, I think they
are in the wild card.
They are in the. Excuse me. Well, I'm saying to be officially in, but yes, they are in the wild card.
They are officially in the wild card.
Then,
yeah, you see
they're right there. They're right there.
They're right there. They're 2 games ahead of the Padres.
Oops, he's learning, folks.
I'm learning.
Yeah, don't worry, he's learning.
I'm leering.
It's like, how does this baseball thing work again?
Bat and balls.
Yeah.
But no, I think it is showing. They're in the wild card, obviously. They're pushing, and I think these acquisitions are just going to help them going forward. Will it be a deep run? That's still a couple of question marks here and there.
Yeah, understandable.
But it helps with their seeding because right now they're neck and neck with the Diamondbacks. They probably won't pass up the Cubs because we'll talk about them later. But you want to put yourself in a prime position to make a deep run, and
I think they did that. So yeah. I can definitely agree that they're up there for winners of the trade deadline. And as Adam so impressively segued to, Adam, I believe you have the Boston Red Sox as your third place team for winners of the trade deadline. Why is that, my man?
As I teased.
Yes.
And
as you teased. I'm not so sure about them. Go ahead, man.
So basically, I had them winning this deadline. Yes, you got Adley Rutschman from the Orioles.
Yep.
As I mentioned, as we all mentioned, but they traded away Jake Rogers. They got cash, and then they traded away Anthony Ianson, if I got that correct. Was it Kyson Witherspoon, and then Andy Azokar? Azokar, thank you. They may have traded away a lot of their top prospects, and they also traded away Rogers. But at the end of the day, they're looking to make a playoff push. Hence, they traded with their division rival and just improve upon that position. That was a big trade for the Red Sox, especially again.
Rogers
became
a Red Sox. Rogers is an Orioles guy.
Yeah.
It was Rutschman, Rogers, and cash.
Yes.
For Witherspoon, Azokar.
Oh yeah, and the notes I messed that up.
No, yeah,
that was on me. Sorry guys, but they got those guys in return, and especially with that, it helped that they had that 15-game winning streak. I know we mentioned that a few times.
100. I mean, they're 25 for their last 28. They're on an insane heater right now.
Exactly, and adding like Rutschman just above that just pushes them going forward. So they're my number 3 winner in that aspect.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I think I view them as a team that might turn into winners, but to me, the Rutschman and Mayer deals are both pretty bizarre. Like giving up 3 of your top 5 prospects of a very good system, I think is a wild pay for Rutschman. I really like Adley Rutschman, but he's had injury concerns over the past 2 seasons. This season, he's been back to his old Adley self, and you're kind of betting on that being the case. And if that is the case, then I think it's a pretty fair package for him. But Mayer, who ended up going to the Giants, is one of the top prospects in the game not so long ago, who got flipped for a lefty reliever who walks 6 or 7 guys per 9 innings. Like, you have to admire Craig Breslow going all in, especially when the Rays and the Yankees, kind of like we talked about, didn't really make crazy moves, and you want to compete in that AL East. So I think it's interesting, and I think they certainly could turn into winners. But I definitely like the way you're looking at it in terms of you are a team that's crazy hot right now. You're beyond bizarre in the way that you've just come out of nowhere and caught ridiculous fire. Why not try to just keep pouring it on and keep moving? And I think that's a fantastic point. Mitchell, do you got any thoughts on the Boston Red Sox?
I was actually going to give them a tiebreaker in a few minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll revisit it.
We'll revisit the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I think it's time to go into my third place winners. And that would be, it's boring, but that would be the LA Dodgers. I think that when you acquire Tariq Skubal and you acquire the former Cy Young winner and probably what I would consider the best pitcher on the planet without doing much damage to your farm system, I think you've done a fantastic job. It gives you a potential number 1 starter to open the playoffs while providing insurance against the current injuries that they have. Shohei Ohtani has that sore knee that's preventing him from pitching. Blake Snell's rehabbing in the minors, and then Glass now is expected to begin his minor league rehab on this upcoming Tuesday.
I want to point this out because I know we've talked about this off air. It's so funny that fans are getting so mad that the Dodgers acquired Tariq Skubal. It's like, why are you getting mad at the Dodgers? It's not their fault that they're so damn good, for one. For two,
actually, it is their fault they're so damn good.
It is their fault that they're damn good.
It's 100% their fault.
They have really good prospects. They have really good players on the team already.
Yeah.
And getting Tariq Skubal just adds to your chances. If not, obviously, they're being the favorites.
I mean, like I said earlier, it's the evil empire. They do it. They do everything better than you. They have more stars than you. Their prospect development system is one of the best in the league.
They are essentially the villains.
They are, and you can easily paint them as such with 100%. So I see where that discourse is coming from as well. And a lot of, I'm sorry to kind of jump in on you.
No, you're good.
But a lot of people don't, a lot of baseball fans I find aren't really tuned in that deeply into the minor leagues as well. So you see Tariq Skubal next to Zaire Hope or River Ryan and these guys, and you go, oh, I don't even know any of those guys. And then you get even more upset without, kind of looking into anything. So it becomes like this overarching, like, it's always the Dodgers. And I can understand where that like frustration comes in.
I feel like I'm probably one of the only few people here, except maybe you, might know the farm leagues pretty well. Because
Yeah, I have a disease.
Yeah, because
I know where you were going.
Because I know the farm leagues because that's what I worked. So,
Yeah.
So
You mentioned the Tides earlier.
yeah, I mentioned Norfolk. I mentioned Blue Sox. I mentioned
such a big Norfolk Tides fan over here.
Yeah, so because I was gonna say my second team for the silver medal was gonna be the Dodgers, and I think when you look at that pitching situation, what you were mentioning earlier, that it shows to me the Dodgers are ready to three-peat, and they look strong once again. I think there was even someone that created an AI, and they purposely skewed it where the Dodgers win every World Series in this century except for one of them.
Oh yeah, and then I had the one Marlins win.
Yeah, there you go. I can get behind some Fish Fam World Series talk.
Yeah. So I got to go with the Dodgers. And if you wanted to know what my gold medal was for the American League, I was going to talk about the Red Sox because I think they had a phenomenal.
Well, this is just kind of overall. It's not AL or NL. It's just kind of winners.
Because my number one is going to be an NL team. We'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah.
So, but I'll say my top for the AL was the Red Sox.
And I can see where both of you are coming from, like I said, with the Red Sox. But I echo exactly what you're saying with the Dodgers. The Dodgers they just added to a stacked pitching rotation. Yes, it's not healthy right now, but if this is your stopgap for we got to wait until Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow come back. Let's get the reigning NL Cy Young winner
back to back.
Or the AL Cy Young winner. I can understand why fans are like, oh, really? Like, I completely get what they're coming from. Adam, your thoughts on the Dodgers?
Look, man,
I feel like Adam's the normal fan. He's like, well, you see, man.
The Odyssey. No, I'm kidding. But no, the Dodgers have clearly done the best, if not the best, at this trade deadline, arguably in some people's eyes. You getting the back-to-back AL Cy Young winner, someone who has a damn good ERA year by year, obviously with those Cy Youngs, but it comes to show that the Dodgers are like they're serial about this. They are damn serial about this.
They damn for real.
They are for real. But like the thing
really
is, really do. But like the thing with this is that fans should not. Again, we've talked about this a couple times off air. Like, why are fans from other teams outside of maybe the Angels? Angels have a right to be pissed off about that, but why? All in all, it's like they are making the move.
You want the explanation? Baseball's a local sport, and good point. And so, like a lot of people aren't Major League Baseball fans. A lot of people are Giants fans, or they're White Sox fans, or they're Cubs fans.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is our resident Dodgers fan. Even he was like, yeah, man, with this package. And I'm like, Chris, are you going to look at me right now and you're going to tell me that you know everything about what just happened with this package? And he goes, no, I have no idea. I just saw a whole bunch of people saying that it was a bad package. And I'm like, and that's kind of the thing. It's like the stuff that permeates to the national side of baseball isn't always, let's say, I guess, put in a equal lighting, so to speak. Like is most of the time it is not great stuff that they're like, oh, we can paint the Dodgers in a bad light here, evil empire even more. Like, I mean,
and also you mentioned kind of like just kind of put like a tad bit of a side note. Tariq Skubal's probably not coming back to the Dodgers because you said his agent is a certain.
Yeah, his agent is Mr. Scott Boras. So Scott Boras clients are not Scott Boras clients. Scott Boras is a notoriously hard negotiator, I guess would be the way to put it. He has been around baseball forever, And if you're a Scott Boras client, chances are you're chasing top dollar. And if you're chasing top dollar, you know what you're not taking? An extension from the team that you're on. So it is very rare for a Boras client to be like, oh, I'm here for, like Tariq Skubal, I'm here for 2 months. Let me re-sign to the Dodgers as well. Most of the time, Boras clients will hit the actual free agent market and really test the market.
I just thought it was an interesting little side note there.
Juan Soto, Boras client.
Went from
How long did that process go on? Where it was like, well, we think it's $400 million. Actually, it's $500 million. Oh, it started at like 3. And it's like, actually, we've now gone back and forth between the Yankees and the Mets, just re-upping a little over $500 million each time. And everybody went, whoa. Like, Boras really, he's the guy that gets teams in fight mode. Like, oh, you want him and you want him? Well, this team's offering us this much money, and you're only offering us this much money. And they're like, oh, we'll make some moves, and, well, now we have this amount of money. And that is really his MO.
It's part of the reason why he's on the Mets. Mets have a lot of money.
At 100%. It's so accurate.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we could talk about this with money forever.
Yes. But the Dodgers.
Yes. Dodgers basketball.
Dodgers football.
But yeah, no, just all in all, just kind of to recap, Skubal going to the Dodgers, they did what they needed to do to get an even more, like a second three-headed monster as a joke.
It's like a 6-headed monster. Like, you can extend that dragon all the way. Like that meme picture, it's just all of them are mean.
Yeah, they're
like,
all mean. There's no goofy.
No, there's
no
just
cross-eyed.
not how it works.
No, that's not how the Dodgers operate. Well, yeah. Want to move on to our second place winner?
Yes, I will. We'll move on to my second place winner. Or do you want to go first here? I just did Dodgers. Why don't we have you lead off your second place winner?
What? Or
you?
Oh, okay. Oh,
he already went
right.
over his second place winner. His second place winner is the Dodgers.
My second place winner are the Chicago Cubs.
Shout out the Cubs.
Look, as a White Sox fan, it's painful for me to say. So, but as
a non-biased journalist,
as a non-biased journalist,
yeah, as he grits his teeth,
yeah, right, starts chipping. But they did what they needed to do. Again, kind of going back to the pitching, they got Kevin Gossman, they got Clay Holmes, they got Braxton Garrett. I almost said Garrett, Ryan Zephyr-John, pronounced it right, and then Tyron Taylor. So they made necessary moves for themselves to actually make a push at the bare minimum to the NCLS. So with that being
the
NLCS, whoops.
I was going to let that slide, but Mitch was like, what did you just say?
Yeah. What are you saying?
Go ahead, Adam.
I thought you were saying NCIS. I'm like, wait, are we on CBS now or something?
What the hell do the Cubs do?
Yeah.
No, but it's like they're getting healthier. I mean, again, you got great pitching coming in, and you got other players helping to fill in roles as well, so that this pitch to the NLCS becomes more of a reality. But we'll see. Again, and I've said this before, and I will always live to this. Super teams like the Dodgers, this quick little side note, just because they got Tariq Skubal does not mean they will necessarily win the World Series. No. Will they? Probably. But super teams go down.
And I would kind of echoing on that point there. People forget that if without a Miguel Rojas homer in Game 7 last year, the Toronto Blue Jays are world champions, and we aren't having this conversation.
No, there was a lot of things the Blue Jays should have done that would have won.
Absolutely, there is so many things that, if you change this one outcome, that the Dodgers aren't World Series champions. But so this idea that super team, it's gonna win no matter what. It's like, all right. Do they have a really good chance? Yes. Is it a foregone conclusion?
There's a song, 98 Braves, that talks about the super team in 1998 with the Atlanta Braves going down to the Padres, and the Padres lose the World Series. So, just you never know.
Yeah.
It's,
any given game in baseball is the most insane atmosphere and crazed outcomes that you could ever come up with. We mentioned the 05 White Sox when we were talking with Nick earlier in class.
Yeah.
That's a lightning in a bottle team. That is literally You make all the random moves. Everything gets hot at the right time, and things take off. And you go ahead and take down what a lot of people called the super team at the time in the Astros.
There's a killer beast.
Yeah, so it's definitely not a foregone conclusion that that they're just going to go ahead and win. So I think with the pitching help that all the Cubs got, it's very helpful, and you can definitely envision a world in where they can take down, the Dodgers. I mean, they're just coming off of a sweep of the Dodgers these past 3 games. So they've shown they can beat them. It's just when come postseason time, how are these new additions going to be helping you push your way towards a World Series?
And there's a difference again, for all sports, there's a difference between the regular season play and playoff play.
Yeah.
Like, you got to push further. You got to add in the 10% to 100%, 110% there, because without the extra 10%, you don't win that World Series.
Yeah, you have to make the buy-in moves. I mean, Mitchell mentioned earlier the 2021 Braves. The 2021 Braves are the pinnacle of hey, did you make the right moves at the deadline? And boom, everything works out. Okay, you get Jock Peterson. Okay, Jock Peterson's going to win MVP of the division of the wild card series. Then you're going to go. Oh, you're going to go to division series. Eddie Rosario, another free agent pickup, or not free agent, another trade acquisition that you guys made. Boom, he's going to win NLCS MVP. Who's the last guy that wins World Series MVP? Oh, your other trade deadline acquisition in Jorge Soler. So really, everything just meshed perfectly at the right time. And you can see that happening for a team like the Cubs or other teams that have made acquisitions at the deadline. And I think this is kind of we can just go back to my silver and retouch on this, because Mitchell and I both agree that the Cubs had the best trade deadline in all of baseball. They needed pitching help all over the place, and they got it all over the place. Clay Holmes, Gossman, Garrett, Zephyr John, as you mentioned. They did give up one of their top prospects in shortstop Jefferson Rojas, as well as Moises Ballesteros, a.k.a. Mo Baller. But Garrett and Zephyr John come with future years of team control. Clay Holmes is a player option for next year, so if you treat Clay Holmes with enough respect and you like him, he can agree to come back next year. And it's a bold series of moves, considering they're still 6.5 back of the Brewers in the NL Central race. But a revamped rotation with Holmes, Gossman, Boyd, Shota, it looks like one that paired with one of the best, if not the best, offense in baseballs that scores tons and tons of runs could go on an extended playoff run. But I'm interested in what else you think about that, Mitchell.
Yeah, it's just they're firing right at the right time again, and this could hopefully be a good run going into the fall. I think that the Cubs put everything that they needed right. They put their money in the right place. It's like we were talking about the Braves in 2021. I'm not saying that this is a World Series champion right now,
but you're doing the right thing.
But if you want to go and win a World Series and say, hey, it doesn't need to be 108 years again.
Yeah,
this is how you do it. And I think that they made the right moves at the right time. They're going to try to make that wild card spot even more secure, even if potentially try to knock off the Brewers.
That's the thing. Even if you don't catch the Brewers, you're a monster wild card team.
Yeah, and they're scary. I think the Cubs are going to be a really solid team. They could be in that NLCS, like you were mentioning, against the Dodgers or maybe a surprise team.
Yeah.
So you just never know. I think the Cubs are firing at the right time.
I could not agree more. Adam, did we go over your gold?
No.
All right. I will quickly just say that I had the Los Angeles Angels at silver, and you gradually escaped me chewing you out for having them as losers, because we're going to move on to whatever your winner is. I just thought the Angels, I was so excited that they sold. That's really the brunt of it all. I thought that selling Ohapi Silseth with years of control was tough, but Soriano, Odell, and Zephyr John, all made sense to me.
Just to quickly go over the gold, Dodgers. Very cliche, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
okay.
Very cliche. Look, I mean, you get the top guy available. You get Tariq Skubal, back-to-back AL winner. You bolster a pitching rotation that's already a freaking monster. And by the end of it, the Dodgers not only just bolster their chances to win the World Series, but they probably will win it again. Not all super teams win it. I said this earlier.
Yeah.
but the chances have gone a lot higher acquiring him.
Yeah.
So that's my number one.
I think we've gone over that as much as we possibly can. So just to recap, Cubs, Angels, Dodgers, winners of the trade deadline. Losers, we had the Tigers, we had the Braves, we had the Reds. We also had the Angels. We had the Orioles, I believe, as well. And then the Red Sox were also in the winners category. We will be moving on to the rest of the show. We are going to move and switch sports into the NFL. Talk about the Hall of Fame game tonight, all of the transactions going on, a few running backs getting breaking extensions right here when we come back on the fifth quarter.
Chicago sports for sure.
SportsTownChicago.com.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee. Like a smooth, new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream pie cold brew. What could be better than an iced or frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
When car dealers fight for your business, you win. AutoJudo.com makes car buying fun by letting dealers compete for your business live. Real-time Auto Judo fights are the fast and easy new way to get multiple dealers' best offer on any car you want. It's free and anonymous. Only the dealer you select as the winner of your Auto Judo fight receives your contact info. You're never obligated to buy, so test drive your best deals now at AutoJudo.com. Dealers fight, you save.
Yo, check it out. We got the finest pizza in all the land. Italian Fiesta is on deck, and I'm telling you, it's a hit. These pies don't miss. No matter what time you get the munchies. Pepperoni, extra cheese, turkey Italian sausage, they got all the toppings. Italian Fiesta delivers until midnight during the week and 1 a.m. on the weekends. Plus, you can use your Uber Eats or Grubhub if you got the app. And if you ain't rocking with the pizza that night, try one of their sandwiches or pasta. And they have plenty of side dishes, just like me, if you know what I mean. Hop online and go to ItalianFiesta.com or call 773-684-2222. Piece of pizza, that is.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Did you know that Club New in Aurora is the ultimate entertainment complex? Monday nights, it's free football and darts in the sports bar. Tuesday night is league night. Join the pool and darts team. Wednesday night is ladies' night at Club New. All the ladies get in free. Gentlemen pay a $5 cover after 9 p.m. Thursday night starts the weekend off right with college flashback night. Low price drinks, retro music, and an awesome buffet. Friday and Saturday night, it's the hottest dance club in the suburbs. Club New Nightclub and Sports Bar is located at 2121 New York Street in Aurora.
You've tried the hit places, but they leave you hungry with an empty wallet. That's where Gretel comes in. They got what you really want. Visit their chic, lounge-like gastropub and try one of Chicago's top burgers, the Gretel Griddle Burger. The house-made bun and garlic aioli set this one apart from the rest. And don't miss half-price oysters, 4 to 6, Monday through Thursday. With rotating drafts, craft cocktails, and portions that don't skip. This is one of Logan Square's best-kept secrets. Monday through Thursday, 11 to midnight. Friday and Saturday, open till 1. 2833 West Armitage. Gretel, let's make this a night. Visit GretelChicago.com for menu and more.
Back to your home for sports. Here's your SportsTownChicago.com.
It is 3:44. I am Andrew DeBruycker with your SportsTownChicago.com update, brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com. Major League Baseball enters a crucial stretch of the season as the playoff races begin to take shape. Contenders separating themselves in both leagues, with division leaders trying to hold off challengers. Wildcard teams battling for every win. And last week's trade deadline, several clubs are already seeing impact from their new additions. Indianapolis Colts and Jonathan Taylor agreed to terms on a 2-year, $44 million extension, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport and ESPN's Adam Schefter. The extension includes a $39 million guaranteed and is worth $47 million. Falcons running back Bijan Robinson agreed to a record-breaking three-year contract extension worth up $75 million making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. The historic deal includes $51 million in guaranteed money and keeps him under contract through the 2030 season. And oh my God, you heard all of that there. Football's back. Tonight, the NFL preseason officially begins with the annual Pro Football Hall of Fame game in Canton as the Carolina Panthers take on the Arizona Cardinals. The game kicks off the league's 2026 preseason and serves as the opening event for Hall of Fame weekend. You can watch the epic duel at 7 o'clock on NBC, and they will celebrate the 2026 Hall of Fame class headlined by Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig. This has been your SportsTownChicago.com update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. If interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com.
Two-time Pro Bowl selection Bijan Robinson and the Falcons reached agreement on a 3-year extension worth up to $75 million. That will now make him the highest-paid running back in NFL history. He will receive a record $51 million guaranteed, including $37 million at signing.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the fifth quarter. Woo! After we, I've been coming back from the sickness I had that week that took us out of the fifth quarter. But you heard it there from the sound clip that Adam pulled for us. That is Mr. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons' big 3-year extension, $75 million, highest paid running back in NFL history. $51 million guaranteed. He led the NFL in scrimmage yards last season, 4th in rushing, and his 93-yard rushing touchdown against the Rams was the longest in the NFL last season. Joining me to talk all of the Hall of Fame game and NFL news is Adam Schneider over there on the ones and twos, sticking it with us. Thank you so much to Mitchell Gilbert, who was on the show, had to leave and go ahead and head off to say his real job, his big boy job. But joining us in coming out of the bullpen, I guess you would say, based off of our last segment, is Mr. Joshua Williams. Josh, thank you so much. It's rare to talk to you when it's not NBA related.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I love football too.
Football's back.
Football's back, so I'm excited.
NFL's about to cook up again.
Yes,
I'm so hyped.
So excited.
So excited. So there was a few guys that got some good money, got that bag over the course of this past week and weekend. Yeah, a little cheddar cheese. Well, not a little cheddar cheese, a lot of cheddar cheese. Like wheels and wheels of cheddar cheese.
Most paid running back of all time.
Running back of all time type cheese.
So, you know.
So
that ain't cheese. That's a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, right. We will start right there with Bijan Robinson and the Atlanta Falcons. I guess I'll just kick it around to you guys first, kind of get your thoughts on what you think about the Falcons extending Bijan. Do you have any thoughts on him being the highest paid running back in NFL history?
I can't say it.
Yeah. No, I absolutely. I just how the Falcons are going to move forward. What's going on?
Well deserved. I just don't think the Falcons are going to be as good enough as a team for his work to show. I think they're.
What do you mean? They got Tua.
Exactly my point. They're at best 8-9. At best, that's the best. High peak is 8 or 9.
Yeah, he's like, this doesn't move the needle for me on the Falcons.
You might be giving him a little too much credit.
Too much credit. Oh my bad. Let's go 6-11. Let's go 6-11. Let's go 6-11. 7-10. 7-10. 7-10.
7-10.
On second thought, that 8-9 looking a lot better.
You said, "Can I get that 8th win?
Can I get a refund?"
Yeah.
No, but
I mean that 8th win got the Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers are not.
Kind of like we mentioned before, it is 3 years, $75 million. It guaranteed money, $51 million.
Yes.
Signing bonus is $37 million. with an average annual value, if you divide the 75 by 3, $25 million per year. Give me some of that.
Yeah.
But seriously, that was well deserved. He is a fantastic running back, and for anyone who thinks, oh, just because he's in Atlanta, yeah, get your brains checked. Come on, he is the offense right now, one of the offenses. Because yes,
There's
you got
not a whole lot moving that Atlanta offense forwards besides him, Drake London, and Pitts. It's like a three-headed team. And
Pitts had a okay year last year, but like
number 2 in tight ends and yards. Watch your tongue.
You know what? I just
sorry, my brother just came out of me right there. My brother Nick defends Kyle Pitts with like his soul.
Well, Kyle Pitts is elite.
Hey man,
Kyle Pitts is elite. So yes, by all means, defend Kyle Pitts.
No, but aside from that, like Bijan pretty much is the Falcons' offense. He is a dynamic player, can catch, can run. I mean, well, obviously can run, but
Drake London got something to say about that.
Yeah,
Drake London got something to say about that.
Look, man, well deserved all around.
Yes.
I'll just leave it at that.
I completely get where you're coming from. 22.25 million is kind of the average annual value for him. And when he originally signed, that was over $2 million more than Saquon Barkley. There's now only 3 running backs that are getting paid over $20 million, and that's Bijan, Saquon Barkley, and the next kind of gentleman that we will get to on a very recent. I believe this was 10 minutes before the 5th quarter went live that this happened. Was Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts saw Bijan Robinson's contract and thought, yeah, that's probably a good idea. 2 years, $44 million extension. That's from ESPN's Adam Schefter. And the deal has a maximum value of $47 million, $39 million guaranteed. And it is a huge contract for a running back in the NFL. I am kind of on the same side with you guys on the Bijan side, where it's like, I don't think that moves it too far forward. I'm on the opposite side when it comes to Jonathan Taylor. I think that the Colts offense, this is your wagon. You go ahead and hitch up to this and move on, because this is where you need to push your team into. This is a guy that the more you trust on him, the more you lean on him. You had your spats in the past with the hold in and everything like that, but from everything that all the reports that I've read, he hasn't seemed to be scorned or anything by that, and came out last year and had a phenomenal year. So I think it's really exciting for the Colts going forward. I just hey, Josh, you got any thoughts on JT on the Jonathan Taylor at all?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good move off of the fact that he had his best season last year. So like I think it's well deserved. This is also a move that doesn't move the needle because their starting quarterback is on a stretcher. So like it doesn't really
he's practicing. He's practicing. He is not on the injured list. He is practicing. That is Mr. Daniel Jones.
DJ.
Yeah. I don't know how he's gonna be
Indiana Jones.
Oh, sorry, Indiana.
Oh man. I don't know how he's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna come back to how
He'll
he was.
be there.
He'll be there. Yeah, he'll be around.
As long as he can hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, I think I'm
that'll
okay.
be fine. Right? Yeah. Throwing it.
A couple of the local reports I've heard, and I'm not saying these are true, but they're saying that Daniel Jones is looking like pre-ACL tear right at the moment, which it's like it's training camp news, and I will always take training camp news with a heavy dose of salt. Of course,
like,
you got to sprinkle it.
Yeah,
you
like,
no, unless proven otherwise in the regular season, I don't believe it.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
It looks good on.
Sweet.
It looks good on
It
paper.
sounds great, right now, bro. But then halfway through the season,
So you're saying put up numbers like when he first got to Indy?
It's halfway through the season, and Colts is like 2-6, bro. And everybody like, oh my god, bro, it's supposed to be Daniel Jones' time. And it's not Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's where everyone's gonna be like, oh, Daniel Jones is playing like it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
Beat
It's like a
reporters
cycle.
always say crazy things.
Oh,
I mean,
cycle.
I'll go back to when they said Jamar Chase couldn't catch the football in his rookie training camp, and everybody was like, "It's all over! Oh, it's terrible!" And I think we've seen how that's worked out, dude. I think that man can catch the football pretty good.
I don't know. I think a champion winner.
Yeah,
Catch
triple
the ball.
crown winner.
Triple crown winner should be be able to catch the football really well.
Yeah, I think he's all right.
I think he's all right to be the number one wide receiver in the league. I don't know. So.
That's kind of what I would give, pause to a lot of people right now. Do not overreact towards training camp. No. Training camp is a landmine of oh well, this player is going to be terrible and this player is going to be really good, and it's like one clip of a catch or a route he ran in one-on-ones, or like you really need to pump the brakes when it comes to making like hard decisions during training camp. You shouldn't be forming or destroying any former opinions that you had just based off of what you saw during training camp.
No, absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen Marvin Harrison dropping the ball at training camp.
Yeah. Bring him up again, Adam. Me and you, man.
Because here's the thing. Again,
chill on Marvin, man.
That's what I was gonna just say that.
Chill on Marvin.
I was like, people
Marvin don't have this time. Man.
And again, training camp is training camp.
People are like, Michael Wilson's better, and I'm like,
you're crazy.
It was Marv was out that half of the season.
Well, and here's the thing, training camp is training camp. Now, if you do that in the regular season consistently, that's a whole different
right. Like
story.
if Marv comes out the next year and can't catch a football, I will back off so quickly. Where it's like, hey, guess you were right.
Can't do it.
But I
can't do it right now.
But I will not.
I still can't do it for AR. I'm sorry. I still can't do it for AR. I don't care.
Like, there's some players I haven't given up on.
I don't care.
I remember.
I don't care. Like you remember, bro. I love AR. I don't care.
He does love AR. Funny quick little story here. Again, this is only Madden. So
right, Madden.
Me and Josh were playing a game of Madden 26, and he. Word for word, he was like, "I'm gonna make AR a legend," and he first pass,
throw pick,
TJ Edwards
pick, and I was like, "Yeah, bro."
And he's like, "Man, I'm done."
I'm like, bro, what can I do, bro?
Actually,
I had to switch to Daniel Jones, bro. And he played way better. He played so much better, but it was just
it was brutal.
So bad.
He's like, "Well, I will never forget that. I will make AR into a legend,
bro." And he just. First play pick, bro.
I called it too. I'm like, this is gonna be a pick.
And he picked it up. I'm like, damn, man.
Legendary game.
Oh my god.
That is a tough thought process. But I heard you mention TJ Edwards, which is on the Chicago Bears, the hometown team for Adam and I over here. And they also decided to make a big move, signing Mr. Darnell Wright to a 4-year, $116 million extension, $93 million guaranteed. It is the new high mark for offensive lineman guarantees. And go ahead.
I'm sorry for the interruption.
No,
but it seems like every other year we see a new bar set for just these massive contract extensions.
Well, yeah, it will always be this way in sports. Sports are an up arrow to the right on terms of the graph. Like you were the only season they've lost money. It was 2020. And I remember seeing that graph, and it's like a small dip, and then you go right back up. Like it's one of the most profitable businesses that you could possibly put yourself into. So we will keep seeing these contracts go up and up and up.
I mean, me personally, a lot of money.
Yeah,
lots of moolah. But Darnell Wright is a good right tackle for the Bears.
Second team All-Pro last year.
Absolutely. The only issue I have, not with Darnell Wright, it's that left tackle position. One of the biggest weak spots of the Chicago Bears. They find the right one, boom. But kind of going back to the point, sorry, I had to make that little loop there. But no, Darnell Wright is a long-term piece.
Yeah.
He will look after Caleb's right side.
He was the first overall pick, or not first overall pick, first round pick for GM Ryan Poles at the time. So this is truly this GM's grouping guys. This guy, Ryan Poles' pick to protect Caleb Williams.
And I'll say this about the Bears fan base. Like, guys, calm down when it comes to, like, certain players. Like, yeah, sometimes there's down years. Yeah, sometimes they don't have a good rookie year. But that's expected. No one's going to be consistently getting, 1,500 yards every single year as a wide receiver. That's a handful of wide receivers.
Yes,
and that's called the Hall of Fame. Like, Bears fans are like, oh my God, he's so bad. And then the next year he does well. It's like, well, I've always liked that guy. Man,
yeah.
Do you want me to go down that list of players? And let me just say, Look at Mitchell Trubisky. Sure, may not have been.
Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Fields, Kevin White. Do we need to keep going? Do we need
Yeah,
to keep going?
But again, I always, and this is just me personally, I always give a grace period for rookies because it's always their first year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have those growing pains.
Yeah. How many rookie tackles are studs to lead off their NFL career? Not many. So just give the man some time.
Give them time. And if they're cheeks, like 3-4 years down the road, then you start to question, like, okay, is he actually doing what he needs to do to develop and learn under, this system? But aside the point, like, it just that has always bothered me as a fan of not just the Bears, but of the NFL.
Of the NFL in its entirety. I think the conversation around lineman contracts is always very interesting. I think because like I kind of just hinted to, Darnell Wright played in the SEC. Like, it's not like he played bums by any chance.
Tennessee.
But it's also not saying that the guys that he played up against college, they're not, Myles Garrett. It's not Micah Parsons. It's it is a completely different level over here for the NFL. And you can't just expect that these guys are going to come in and be amazing, that those guys are a dime a dozen. But still, Wright plays through injury last year. He does a great job in improving his run blocking and pass blocking efficiency. He gets second team All-Pro honors, and I think that should be something that you hang your hat on, where you're like, look, we have somebody to protect, Caleb's right side. Grin, like you mentioned, it is the left side that's kind of the issue for a lot of Bears fans, but I think that come time that will be solved eventually with everything that they have acquired recently. I know still they have Braxton Jones has started there for the last 3 days in training camp, so it will be interesting to kind of see how they go down the line. Josh, you got any thoughts at all on Mr. Darnell Wright at all, or should we move into the next big contract money that we have going down here?
Solid move. I do think I think the Bears are gonna they're low key gonna take a step back from last year, and that's just because their defense, obviously they lost
their secondary kind of
they
fell back.
lost everybody in their secondary.
Their secondary fell back, and then they fixed the secondary in
the draft
in the draft and free agency. But to me, it's their defensive line.
Yeah,
it's Austin Booker, Deo Odingbo, Montez Sweat. Like, Sweat's great and all, but besides that,
he had his first double-digit sack season.
It's just not all that great. You got Kobe Bryant.
That's great. That's amazing.
You get Dylan Tieneman. You do lots of things that improve your defense.
Still got Jalen Johnson. He's gonna be top 5.
Jalen Johnson's a dog.
Kyler Gordon, if he's healthy.
Yeah, but isn't that always the thing with him though?
See, I mean, in a lot of reasons why some of these teams aren't up to par, and I'm not saying this is always the case. Health is one of the biggest key things for a team.
100%.
And again, we'll see with this secondary taking a step back, like Josh said, going into free agency, and then kind of retooling, I should say, that secondary. To me, I think this will be a growing pain year for that secondary, especially with bringing in bigger names like Malik Muhammad from Texas and Dylan Tieneman from Oregon.
And now with Kobe Bryant being injured as well for 8 to 10 weeks, it brings a huge problem. As we talked about it, I believe, or maybe I mentioned it during the top of the hour updates on Tuesday, that the next 3 gentlemen that can play safety besides Dylan, none of them have NFL snaps. It's 3 guys with 0 NFL snaps. That would be Javarius Owens, Skylar Thompson, and Anthony Johnson Jr. All of them don't have NFL snaps because, like Kyler Gordon, backup safety Elijah Hicks is on the physically unable to perform list to start training camp.
The pup.
Yes. I think that's how a lot of Bears fans feel. Is that
I feel for you.
How do you think Ryan Bowles feels right now?
100%.
I get one big thing for me is yes, you don't have any snaps in the NFL right as of now, but we need to see how they play under Dennis.
Well,
Allen.
we're gonna.
we're gonna have to.
I'll tell you what.
I'll
Somebody's
tell you
got to
what.
win the job.
Yes. Unless none of them do.
Woo!
Yeah, let's with that one. Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, but
Move to the next man.
prayers to whoever has to win the job for the Bears. Adam, which bird? You want to go Ravens or Eagles next? Ooh.
Let's say the Eagles for last. I have a lot to say.
Okay.
Ravens first.
So we'll go to Zay Flowers first. Zay Flowers agreed to an $140 million contract extension with the Ravens. Super exciting for that to see that. I think if you would have told just about anybody 2 years ago that Zay Flowers would be getting paid $140 million, I think they would have sent you to the insane asylum. That it's 4 years, $140 million, $108 million guaranteed. It's about 35 mil a year, and I mean, this is to me, this is the Lamar pleasing move. This is the we're so sorry. We'll keep the one guy who's good,
productive, who's been productive around you.
Yes, we're like
everybody else has not been productive around you.
They're like, we don't have another pass catcher that will remotely do that well. They're like, we let Isaiah Likely walk, and Mark Andrews is here.
He's older.
Yeah, and they're like, we still have Derrick Henry. And Lamar's like, that's not enough. And they're like, what if we ensured that Zay Flowers is going to be here long term?
Still got Rashad Bateman, Rashad Bateman is throwing his name out there. Even though he's just there.
Hopefully, Jacoby Lane out of USC.
I hope he looked like the one that changed. I haven't seen some
he's-
clips of him.
Josh is wrapped up in the training
He
camp.
looked like the one that changed the fit. I'm not gonna get too hyped, but he a YN.
I will.
He a YN.
I will also get excited over Jacoby Lane because he got a endorsement from one Michael Thomas, because his Michael Thomas is can't guard Mike everywhere.
Legendary Buckeye and Saints.
Yeah, I don't know if legendary Saint, but he's one we look back on and we're like, damn, we messed that up, huh? like 1000%.
It's just the way it's just the way it ended. That's pretty much it. It's
because
the way it ended.
you can't get angry at a guy for doing what the team asks, and that's what happened to him. But get back to the Jacoby Lane talk. Is Jacoby Lane his tag, I believe, is also like can't guard Lane or whatever it is. And Michael Thomas put out a thing being like, normally if people have can't guard in their names, like I flame them. I think it's silly, but he goes, after watching some tape, he's like, I actually think I will allow this guy to have that moniker that can't guard username basically.
He's stamped.
Yeah,
I can't. You know what I'm saying? If Michael Thomas thinks he's stamped, he's stamped.
Yeah.
I got something I
The
can do
next
about
step, the next step I'm waiting for, Steve Smith's wide receiver rankings. Once Steve Smith's wide receiver rankings come out, that's when I draw the lines in the sand. Because this man is right constantly. I remember the Quentin Johnson talk coming out. Everybody was like, he's a prototypical X. He's amazing. He's fantastic. And he was like, he doesn't really catch at the high point very well. And like as at the start of Quentin Johnson's career, it was like, oh, damn, he isn't that great. Cooper Kupp, nobody knows who Cooper Kupp is. Steve Smith is on the sidelines at NFL Network going, I think the best wide receiver in this class is Cooper Kupp. And they laugh him off the screen. Like, and now here we are,
2021.
And two Super Bowls.
2021, and everybody shuts their mouth.
And you go, oh yeah, former Triple Crown winner, multiple time Super Bowl champion Cooper Kupp now, and it goes, oh, okay, so yeah, he knows what he's talking about. I'll be interested to see what goes on there, and how they pair other people up with Flowers. But I really just thought Flowers is the we're sorry Lamar move, and we'll keep weapons around you, and we'll figure it out. And I think that's kind of how I feel about it.
Man, you should have been giving him stuff years ago.
Yes, that's like the whole point. It kind of just we'll stick in on the Ravens here a little bit. Yeah. Kind of the whole point of all the Lamar distrust and discourse is the Ravens have always been a defensive first team underneath Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. So when you have a defense first team with a generational quarterback like that, you basically look to him and say, hey, we are going to make it so you don't have to score 35 points a game. That was a lie, but that was the pitch.
Oh, but that was a lie.
Yeah, but that was the pitch. Like, sure. Did the Ravens get overly injured? And when they weren't injured, were they one of the best defenses? Sure. But they were injured all the time, consistently. Kyle Hamilton, it got to the point where they had to sign Kyle Van Noy, and he did his intro for the Ravens on that primetime game, and he said off the couch university. Like, they were genuinely going and grabbing guys who weren't even on rosters anymore.
Right.
Kind of like what happened with Joe Flacco, because people were saying
Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco even said, like, I didn't think I'd get signed.
Yeah. That's exactly the kind of move that they had to make, and that was just to improve their defense.
Flacco, you just throw the ball far.
Well, it's okay.
Catch it. That's the game, bro.
He'd just be throwing that thing.
I'm like, you gonna catch it, bro.
Old Flacco gives me current Flacco gives me old Big Ben vibes, where he's just like standing there and he's like, I'll just shrug this one off and rip it. Like, that's exactly what he's doing.
Hey, man, Trey Hendrickson will save the day. Yeah. I still find it funny that, like, one of the reports I saw from that, kind of speaking of the Ravens defense, is that they wanted to get Hendrickson and Crosby. And then Crosby fell through because,
Crosby fell through, and then they signed Hendrickson.
So that's how you know. They said,
they were like,
we can't get the 1A, we'll get the 1B.
Yeah. Which is, and that's literally being like, look, Lamar, a pass rusher. Yeah, isn't that
what we want? But he's decent enough.
Yeah.
He's older.
Yeah.
His contract is more. A bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it's
a lot more.
It makes sense why they're having such problems over there in Baltimore. That's what I'm saying.
I've always had question marks about that Ravens offense.
Oh, absolutely. That's the reason why they didn't get it done when they got to the AFC Championship in 2023.
Because they're a decent offense, they can score like 28 points a game for sure. But in order for the Ravens to win, you got to score like 42.
Right.
So it's like
they got the stops on the. That's why the game. That's why it was 10 to it was 10-17 or 10-14. They got the stops. They just couldn't score. They all I remember is this. And then the Darius Sneed poke out. That's all I remember. He had it, and I just see the poke out. That's all I remember, bro. Like, bro, you had them shut down. Like Mahomes was literally shut down, and then you can't score. That's on you, bro. You gotta score, bro.
Yeah,
simple as that.
And
the pick in the end zone.
That went off of his hands.
Went off of his hands. It hurts my soul.
I feel so bad for Lamar on a consistent basis.
It and he dropped it. And it hurts my soul because that was their chance. Like, that was a chance. I thought they could have beat like that Eagles team too. Like,
that Ravens team was so hot. Like,
so
it was like, dude, you can make it. And then defense gets injured, kind of falls apart.
And Eagles get theirs.
Yeah, some untimely drops, and it just becomes like,
oh my god, another untimely drop. Mark Andrews.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking of. Oh my goodness.
One thing that won't escape my head for a while at least was Steelers versus Ravens. Whoever wins makes it to the playoffs. Ravens go for a field goal. What? Far right. It seems like this team's just unlucky at times.
Within recent years, yeah, that is kind of like what their thought process has been.
Got all the talent in the world. They're like,
they got all the talent in the world on defense.
On defense, yeah.
I think that's the key.
That is the key. But I mean, there is a term: defense wins you championship. Not all the time. Not all the time. You need your offense to score at least some.
Timberwolves. I'm sorry to say it. The Timberwolves are so good on defense.
Their
offense is just not good.
And you watch their front office, and you're like, that's a decent move. And then it gets to the season, and you go, that's not working out well.
That's not working out. The Timberwolves, bro.
Consistently. Oh my goodness. Well, move into another defensive star, or to move on to the defensive side of the ball. I will say that would be Mr. Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter of the Eagles. 4-year, $152 million extension. It's $38 million a year with over $40 million guaranteed. Josh said he had a lot to say about this one. So
absolutely.
I'm
not the move defensively. Okay, like the move defensively is cool. I'm not worried about their defense. I'm worried about their offense. Them moving on from AJ Brown is just like, okay, that had to be the move. I just don't look. I don't look at Smitty and scream number one. I don't scream. He doesn't scream number one to me, and it sounds like I'm hating. I'm hating. I'm a Giants fan. I'm hating, but I'm also
He
being
said, if
realistic.
it sounds like I'm hating, I am.
I am, but like it's also like real, like non-hating. I don't think Smitty's one. I mean, Lemon. He looks like a one. The way he looks at you. Like you ever seen like Lemon look at the camera? Like he looks like a one, bro. Like I don't think he's gonna be one, but he just looks such like a one. And then but their defense is so like I'm not. Their defense is so good. Like
Jalen Carter just added to like the most stacked defensive line.
Right. I'm not worried about the defense at all. It's their offense
Yeah.
I'm worried about. Like I don't know. I just look at Smitty as one, and their line is getting older every year, and they're not trying to get younger. They're just trying to win, and it's just like they don't have the offensive talent to win.
Howie Roseman knows how to find a good defensive player.
Yeah.
I will say that. He knows talent. I mean,
yeah, that's
Bro, they have
brutal
Reed,
understatement
They still
there.
have Reed, Blankenship, and Mitchell. Like both of them are paired. They're like paired. Like bro, like they're gonna shut people down. This is scoring. Are they gonna put up points? They're gonna get stops.
But I'm interested to see.
And Cooper DeJean. I forgot about Cooper DeJean. Oh my god, I forgot about Cooper DeJean.
No, I just like one thing I do want to see like the offense do. I want to see how Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon do together as the new 1-2 duo. This will, I mean, is there question marks on Mekhi Lemon? Of course, he's a rookie, but I want to see like preferably overall performance based on how these two coincide with each other going forward.
Oh my god, I forgot they signed Tariq Woolen too.
Oh yeah, they did.
Wait, what?
I forgot they signed Tariq Woolen as well
From the Seahawks.
So it's
Are we serious?
Quinyon Mitchell.
It's
Quinyon Mitchell, Woolen, and Cooper DeJean.
Oh yeah. So whenever I play Madden, just give me the. I don't give a damn about their
He
offense.
said, I don't even
I'm sunning
care.
everybody now.
Just imagine Cooper
It's just field goal
DeJean with
for
the
field goal. We're
receiving
We're
touchdown.
going field goal for field goal.
That is
Cool me.
That's awful.
I know how to time out.
Unless if you have AR.
Yeah, if I have AR,
Because then your defensive line is Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Ojamo, and Nolan Smith Jr.
God.
and you're running out Zach Bond and Jonathan Grenard at linebacker.
Like,
it
oh my
just
God.
becomes like, excuse me, like,
They might have a top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah.
oh,
Bernard got
100%.
Might be
traded.
top 3.
Bernard got traded during the draft, I believe.
Only one I have over them is I ain't gonna lie, I think the Broncos still have the best defense in the league. It's just so.
that and the Vikings.
Yes, the Vikings. Yeah, I would say those. That's my top 3.
And
Grenard is actually on the pup list, and he got put on there 8 days ago. But
Drew's favorite QB, Bo Nix, of course.
don't get me started over here.
You know what's crazy, bro? I don't like outside of like the Rams. Like I don't like. Am I crazy for thinking that the Broncos can make? They can make the.
Actually,
they can
no,
make Super Bowl.
no, I don't think you're crazy for thinking so.
Speaking of
I
the
think
Rams-
I think you're crazy if you tell me that like the entire reason that they made it as far as they did last year is Bo Nix. As
Oh, absolutely
Mr.
not. They took him out, and it was still a competitive game with Stidham, whatever his name is.
Jarrett Stidham.
Stidham, no, Stidham, yeah, okay.
Stidham or whoever.
Whatever his name is, yeah. So,
But speaking of the Rams, there are reports coming out of the Los Angeles
I'm
Rams
so
that
glad that we're going to talk
Aaron
about this.
Donald might be coming out of retirement.
Okay. So yeah, I guess to touch on another.
So the Giants can't
So
the Giants can't score. Okay.
I'll touch on another thing here. Yeah, another defensive player, kind of like we were moving into Aaron Donald here. The Rams had a familiar face at their practice facility this week.
Can we just
And,
say
like,
how
they-
big his neck is?
Oh, and his wife's on board.
Yes,
His wife's on board now. So
it is.
it's scary.
The smoke is coming from
Scary hour.
LA because he is officially on the NFL's transaction wire on Wednesday as a player taking part in a tryout for the team. The workout had to be reported to the league because it was supervised by defensive coordinator Chris Shula. And he also it was also supervised by defensive line coach Giff Smith. So it is like me. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this in the same light that me and my dad kind of talked about it the other day. Because when I saw it, I was like, dude, I gotta tell you about this. I really want Aaron Donald to be Aaron Donald. I think it is really worrying if you come back after 2 years And like when we talked, the way he put it to me is he's like, if Aaron Donald's 70% of what Aaron Donald was, are you ruining the image? Because this is a guy 10-year career, 9-year first team All Pro, multiple time Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion. Like, you have everything. What do you like if you're not Aaron Donald, like that all holy defensive tackle that I imagine when you come back, and you have Myles Garrett next to you now? Basically, like, the excuses if you're not as great when you're older kind of go by the wayside due to how good that Rams defensive line is. Like, if you're just going to come in and play like third downs or anything like that, like I would prefer you stay away almost to kind of keep you in this all-time defensive tackle, one of the greatest players of all, defensive players of all time kind of air. I'm worried about what this does for his image and legacy moving forward. Granted, if you come back, you're Aaron Donald of the past. You went in the Super Bowl with the Rams. I mean, the legend gets larger. But I just think the risk to reward there is too much for me.
It kind of reminds me of Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, like somehow Aaron Donald returned.
Yeah, right? Dude, it's just like, again, kind of like how you put it. I like the way you put it.
Yeah.
It's like, if he comes back the way he did when he first, was playing before retirement, at worst, you're a number 2 next to Myles Garrett. And, oh my God, the NFC West.
He ain't never been a 2 in his life.
The NFC West,
right? Like, in what world
has he been a 2? So like, it's kind of like, do you come back to be a 2? Like, you're gonna be a 2.
Imagine
it's either that or it's gonna be the most dangerous tag team rushing duo we were gonna see.
Imagine
in a long time.
Arizona's
are banned.
Imagine Arizona's king Carson Beck having to look at these 2 monsters.
Out of everybody you thought of Sid the Sloth?
Dude, the Cardinals O-line potentially could be paper mache.
I'm gonna back him here. Besides Paris Johnson, it might be the worst offensive line in the league.
Yeah,
it's really bad. It's terrible.
Paper mache.
So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna have to run like a bunch of schemes against anybody who uses the Rams. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
If they bring in Donald.
Yeah. Max protect.
It's not gonna work. Not gonna work. And I'm gonna lose a tight end who tries to with extra protection, and then I have like 4 people, 3 return to. Like I don't know, bro.
Just imagine crap, we lost Beck.
Yeah.
Crap, we lost Brissett.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Then they gotta pick up somebody from the street. And he'll go.
I think the big point that I was trying.
Jimmy G.
Jeez. I think the big point I was trying to make is I'm excited that Aaron Donald's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also fearful that he's not Aaron Donald anymore, which I feel like we've seen it time and time again, where players take breaks and then they come back and they're not what they used to be. I imagine a Le'Veon Bell or a Deshaun Watson. Granted, all 3 of these reasons they all were out of the league for different reasons. Watson had his lawsuit and Bell had his contract holdout, and Donald actually retired. But I think like the time away is the key part here, where you don't just come back to the peak of football and everything is good and dandy. Granted, if you can, just because you're Aaron Donald, like,
God bless you, dude.
all the respect to you for that. But.
Also, I think one person we forgot to mention
we're
was
not
that
winning a single game.
The Rams traded for Trent McDuffie too.
Yeah,
that's secondary.
We're not winning a game.
Such a great point.
Because
I think a lot of people have forgot. Like, they reacted to it at the time for a lot of these moves, and they're like, "Jeez!" And now that we're getting back in, they're like, "Oh my God, that did happen."
It's like the Jeremy Clarkson reaction. Oh no. Anyways.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
and Trent McDuffie is like
McDuffie,
dog,
Donald potentially,
son.
Myles Garrett. Those 3 together within the same damn sentence screams, "Holy bleep!"
Yeah.
Like,
and guess who got to deal with them?
Especially
week 2. Guess who got to deal with them week 2?
Guys was like, the Giants are going to get so screwed.
And we got to deal with the Cowboys who we can't guard them because we don't have no corners to guard them. Either CeeDee Lamb gonna get open or Pickens gonna get open.
Actually, right. Also,
and we gotta deal with the Eagles twice.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing is that it's Kobe Turner, Poona Ford, Braden Fisk, Byron Young, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald. That's like that's a 6-man rotation. That's a 6-man rotation.
Not to mention that's your defense.
Yeah, that's just your defensive line. I didn't even mention Trent McDuffie, dude.
You also got Matthew Stafford,
Holy
Devontae
cow,
Adams,
man.
Puka Nakua,
Yeah.
Tyron Will. I'm not gonna go through that list.
Yeah, it's just
And Kyron's like so sneaky
this
fast.
Is
like
a
so
team
sneaky
that is
good.
just built to destroy the world.
So sneaky fast.
I want to
bro.
point out something just a little funny here. Like when you mentioned that you were going against them week 2, what went through my head too is like, Alan, we are so.
Because like we have a sophomore quarterback who doesn't know how to slide yet. So if Aaron Donald gets his hands on him, like I'm done, bro. I'm done watching football, bro.
Aaron Donald, bro, you got to worry about Myles Garrett too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
but
just
like, Myles Garrett is just man. Like he has a little more. Like he's a little more like. He got more sense, bro. Aaron Donald got no sense, bro. Aaron Donald just
what he's saying is Myles Garrett is like you're like trained protector, and Aaron Donald is the rabid dog.
Where are you from? He's not trained. He's not trained, bro. Like I'm very concerned. And plus we got to deal with the Seahawks twice, Eagles twice, Texans. Oh wow!
Josh is like, and we talked about all these teams adding something.
What, that's 7 teams, so that's 7 losses.
Bro's like
White flag. Josh is marking up the
7 losses.
Yeah.
And there's 17 games in the season. Who win the 10? Like we're not playing the Chargers or something. The Chargers gonna whoop us.
Oh, we just got some breaking news here.
Whoa.
Jameer Gibbs signed a 3-year,
Holy
$67.5 million deal.
That
could be worth up to $75.75 million.
They just told Jameer.
Adam Schefter broke the news just now.
We all get paid.
Well,
all running backs
as soon as
$51.5 million guaranteed.
All running backs
Oh
get
my
paid.
God.
Basically, what I'm hearing.
So yes, you guys
And we
heard
play
that
the
right.
Lions.
Jameer Gibbs, 3-year contract that is $67.5 million. That could be worth up to $75.75 million. And re-emphasizing again, $51.5 million guaranteed.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you, Adam Schefter.
And we play the
Oh
Lions.
my gosh.
No.
Josh is the more we talk about people signing
Because I mean
contracts,
they're on the list.
Josh is like they play the Giants.
They're on the list.
So is this number 8?
49ers played the Giants. Jaguars played the
Josh is just looking at the Giants schedule with clear eyes for the first time.
Yeah, we're cooked. I ain't gonna lie. Wrap the season up already, bro.
So should I be like, Josh, what is your reaction to the schedule?
And the Seahawks twice.
Josh is in the Browns mentality where he's like, it's the draft.
And
You're
we
like,
play the Browns,
Are we doing the
too.
draft yet?
The Browns have the top 3 young defense in the league.
Oh yeah.
Just got Jerry Verse.
Yeah, they did.
Bro, if you better slide. You better slide. If you know what's good for you, slide. If you know what's good. And we play the Vikings last game of the season.
Yeah. Brian Flores is like concocting mad schemes behind.
Slide.
I've got this.
Please slide.
Oh,
otherwise,
my
Tommy
goodness.
DeVito's gonna come out of retirement, bro.
Within the last 24 hours, we have gotten Bijan Robinson. We have gotten Jameer Gibbs just now. And we also got Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, all the running backs got paid. And
somebody else is next.
I think the first thing I noticed is the Lions should be pleasantly surprised that you did not have to pay Bijan or pay Gibbs more than the Falcons paid Bijan, because that is normally how these things go. It is normally first to pull the trigger will probably be the cheapest, because the next guy. Because I mean, I personally believe probably Bijan's one of the best running backs in the NFL, if not the best. But I think you can have Jameer Gibbs in that same kind of conversation. And when you have two guys that are like that, putting both contracts against each other is a problem. So seeing that they were both up for extensions, this offseason, we kind of knew this was going to happen. But it's interesting to see like how all the money actually broke down, with Gibbs technically getting less than Bijan even after signing post Bijan, and even signing post because from what I heard, I believe he's making more than Jonathan Taylor, but that's just
that. So today's been just so interesting NFL wise, talking about contracts, having Aaron Donald potentially coming out, and then Jahmyr Gibbs signing. What?
Let's not even.
What a
talk
hell!
about-
Whoa, wow.
we haven't even gotten to the Hall of Fame game yet.
Let's not even. Talk
Yeah,
about-
because no one wants to watch the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Let's not even talk about the running backs that got paid like before the ones we were talking about, like or all the moves. Like it's becoming a running back like season, bro. Like Kenneth Walker got himself paid. Chiefs.
Yeah, man.
ENT, you know what I'm saying, got his money.
Yeah. Barkley has Barkley 20.6 million a year. McCaffrey got paid 19 million a year. Achane got paid 16 million a year. Derrick Henry, even at 32, got 15 million a year. Brees Hall got a new, his extension. Kenneth Walker got his extension. Now we have Jonathan Taylor getting his extension. That's not even mentioning the fact that one of the biggest contracts before I'm pretty sure the biggest contract before Achane, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, and others signed was the fact that Jeremiah Love's getting 13 and a half or whatever it is per year. So there's lots and lots and lots of money getting paid to the running back position just within these last year and a half.
I can't wait for this game tonight.
Don't sound like that. It's are you going to put on football tonight?
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Are you okay? All right. I guess. Hold on. Better question. Are you going to watch past halftime tonight?
What's the over under on this? You think I go over or under on this?
Minus 400.
Damn.
Minus 400.
They
under.
owe me.
Minus
They owe
400.
me time.
Minus 400 under for sure. Yeah.
No, it was so bad. They didn't even start. They owe me my money.
Yeah.
Minus
I
400,
think that's
anyway.
how it is. But as we've kind of mentioned, we'll kind of kick it into the Hall of Fame game now. It is Panthers versus Cardinals. It is at 7:00 tonight on NBC. If you're interested in watching the Hall of Fame game, I will let you know that in terms of Carolina Panthers, that would be Ikem Okonwu, Nick Scorton, Chris Brazel, kind of some notable IR guys for a knee and ACL. Okonwu's on the PUP right now. Brazel on the IR for his knee as well. And on the Cardinals side, Caleb Proctor, Josh Sweat, and PJ Mustafa are all on IR or PUP as well. Both teams didn't necessarily have the greatest seasons last year. Carolina didn't do overly that well. The Cardinals ended up having their kind of quarterback problems and ended up letting Kyler go, moving on to Beef Brisket Brissett, having basically every running back under the sun run the football for them last year, and then having Marv go down with injury. So both teams ready to kind of move into a hopefully a more positive season. The game is over under is 35 and a half. It's actually it's 34 and a half. It opened at 35 and a half. Right now the Panthers are favored by 1.5 points and favored on the money line, minus 120 to plus 100. So they're basically saying this game's a toss up. If you want to watch a game to see starters play, then wait until next month when the games count in the standings, or watch joint practices. But it's not. This isn't really going to be anything crazy. Carson Beck will make his NFL debut tonight for the Cardinals. He will be Brissett's backup in the league. He talked about being pretty excited that he didn't really think he was going to play in Game 1. And then on the opposite side, it's Kenny Pickett and his 5th team in 4 years.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, put some respect on him.
Yeah.
Put some respect on him.
Kenny Pickett's one of the ones, bro.
Kenny Pickett's one of them ones.
He's fake slide.
Yeah, he spent the 2024 season with the Eagles. And then Philadelphia traded him to Cleveland last year. And then the Browns sent him to the Raiders training camp. And then he started 2 games for Las Vegas. And now the Panthers signed him to back up Bryce Young for this upcoming year.
so
All right,
horrible.
wow, Carson, the Kenny Pickett talk got you yawning over there, Adam.
Dude, I am so sorry.
He's like, yeah.
Dude, nobody even said about no Kenny Pickett, bro.
My bad. I didn't mean to.
No, I thought it was funny more than anything.
It's like, look, this game just makes me really think, like, why the hell do we have these two teams playing? Again, it's Luke Kuechly and Larry Fitzgerald.
Realistically, it's that is exactly why we're doing it. It's Hall of Fame. It's to open Hall of Fame weekend. This game is really a formality in the terms of actual football that's going to be played and the things that are important over these next coming weeks. It's just to shine a light on Fitzgerald, on Kuechly, on Breeze, on Roger Craig, Vinatieri, who will be the first kicker put in the
Which
Hall.
Congratulations to everybody in that Hall of Fame class.
Congratulations. I'm gonna tell you what.
Stat class.
Did you see the video of Breeze asking Sean
Payton?
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
That was emotional.
As a Saints
That was
fan,
beautiful.
I have never had the heartstrings plucked quite like that for that team in a while. And I mean, Drew Brees means everything to me as a Saints fan. And the entire reason I'm a Saints fan in the first place is because I grew up in a house that wasn't necessarily Bears affiliated. And my dad was like, I don't know. He grew up in a house that wasn't Bears affiliated either. So he was like, yeah, Bears are a hometown team and we like the Bears. But if you want a favorite team, like, you can pick a different favorite team. I know I'm saying all of this, by the way, for our audio listeners, as I'm wearing a Chicago Bears shirt. So it is
ironic.
Yeah.
Palpatine
It's definitely ironic for sure. But I was just watching the game and I was like, that quarterback's name's Drew. And my name's Drew. That's pretty cool. All right, black and gold until I die. And it's literally, that's exactly how I got here. So,
and they won the Super Bowl in 09.
yeah, without him, I would not be a Saints fan.
The Super Bowl too. That comeback was beautiful.
They
started off down 10.
That 2011 team should have won it.
Went ahead and onside kick to start the second half.
And got that, and from there was history.
Oh my goodness!
And I thought
Manning. Have we not paid enough? The Saints not paid enough.
I thought Manning was gonna I thought that pick was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna pick him off. I ain't gonna lie. Towards the end, I thought it was gonna be
Porter.
Bro, I thought he was like he looked back. He was like he pointing at everybody.
Oh
skipping.
my god!
I'm like, yeah, they got it.
I remember being in my
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, I remember being in my grandparents' basement for that.
He was and
being hyped. Oh, so hyped. The Who played at halftime. I remember that is one of those younger memories that I could play back like a picture. That is burned so hard into my head. Oh my goodness. It's so wonderful to see all these all the kind of old vets and Hall of Famers.
I always remember when I was in third grade when the Bears made the Super Bowl. I remember going to school and everyone's like, "Oh my God! First time since 1985, we made it!" And then 2 weeks later, damn it!
Yeah,
we lost. But looking back on it, as we're looking at it realistically, we lost to a damn good Colts team.
I was supposed to make it. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
but y'all had a
that's defense.
Damn straight defense.
Brian Urlacher in his prime, Lance Briggs in his prime. You there's some
but
good. But who the hell can name anyone on the offense except Sexy Rexy?
I'll smack the Saints.
Also,
smack the Saints. If the Saints won, I ain't gonna lie. They had to smack the Saints too.
Yeah. So if we want to talk about teams that would have smacked certain teams, I'm in firm belief the 2017-2018 Saints would have whooped Brady and them boys. Oh, 10. What was it? 13-10 or 3-10 or whatever it was against the Rams in the most boring Super Bowl of all time.
You think they care about the Saints for real? They
no call
y'all twice.
Man.
The no call and the pass interference.
Yeah,
they screwed y'all twice. Bro.
I saw that. Me and my stepdad. me and my stepdad saw
It's one
that,
of the
and we're
worst
like,
days ever to remember. I just want
we're
to
both like,
right now.
Oh,
I'm getting
no,
like,
generally,
I'm
bro, the
getting
Saints would have won the whole thing.
like
I swear the Saints would have won the whole thing.
sweat level
I
flashbacks.
swear the Saints would have won the whole thing. I swear, bro. It would have been Saints, Patriots, and the Saints would have smacked the Patriots.
I watched that game with my stepdad.
No,
and we're
it had
like,
to be Jared Goff.
That's interference. It's interference. And then the refs were like,
for 13, what was the score? 13-9, 16-9, whatever the score was. Horrible.
I almost had a stroke watching the refs make that non-call. That was terrible.
I just see the sidelines and them going. Everybody in the sidelines like
call, excuse me.
Hey, and they're pointing, and then
I mean, that was one of the worst Super
it's
Bowls.
just money, bro. They're like, LA's a bigger market than New Orleans. It's money, bro.
That was one of the worst Super Bowls ever.
That was a horrible Super Bowl too, right?
That was a terrible Super Bowl. Poo-poo garbage.
Oh my God, money, bro, money. LA's a bigger draw. LA's a bigger draw than the Saints, bro. Oh my God, money. That's the reason why. That's the reason why the Kings didn't make the finals in 2002. We gonna.
Yo, careful. All right, hey, let's relax. We're gonna go to golf. We're gonna take an offside talk soon, and you can certainly talk about that.
One phrase I love to say is poo-poo garbage.
Yeah, definitely poo-poo garbage, but not so poo-poo garbage and close to Adam's heart. Texans linebacker Henry Toto also agreed to a contract extension, 2 years, $16 million. So I think that's super awesome. I also think he probably has one of the best last names in all of sports. So yeah, good for what will we acquaintance? How do you classify Toto to you?
A guy that
you knew that one time. Okay,
I have so many stories I can say about that.
Absolutely, and all of those stories and more, and anything else we want to talk about coming up here on the fifth quarter for Offside Talks when we come back.
This is your home for sports.
This is the best fans in the world.
No better team. SportsTownChicago.com.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive has all of the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now's the time to get yourself to Valley View by car, on foot, or even by air to take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly, because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours, and the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
Hey, I'm Andy Griggs, asking you to help prevent domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't a woman's issue. It hurts all of us. Women are injured and killed every day by their husbands and boyfriends. So it's time for men to take action right now to teach boys that violence against women is wrong, to help prevent abuse before it starts. Call the Family Violence Prevention Fund at 1-800-END-ABUSE to get a free Take Action kit containing tips on what to say to boys. That's 1-800-END-ABUSE. Teach early.
Indeed is the #1 job search user with over 250 million monthly users. Indeed's priority is to help everyone in the job searching process to find a job by uploading 10 new job opportunities every 10 seconds worldwide. With Indeed, you have free access to job searches, resume uploads, and company researches. There are over 10,000 employees at Indeed that pursue to help people find the job they are looking for. They connect with millions of people to new opportunities. Go to Indeed.com and sign up for free and create a resume and let Indeed do the rest to help you on your job search.
Hey, I'm Jesus Mauricio. Be sure to tune in every Friday to listen to Zeus Off the Bat, a baseball talk show from 1 to 2 p.m. where I'll be discussing and updating you on all things about baseball. News, predictions, reactions, and more about the Cubs, Sox, and everything across the league. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. right here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget to follow and share our Twitter and Instagram with your friends at Zeus Off the Bat. Zeus Off the Bat.
Welcome back to Offside Talk.
Williams, drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it in for depth, the end
The stakes are higher.
I can't believe the call. I cannot believe the call. You've got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. You've got a guy that's been borderline unstoppable in this part of the field. I can't believe the call.
The rivalries are hotter. The middle screen. And the stories shaping the world of sports continue right here. This is Offside Talk.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the fifth quarter. I am your host, Andrew DeBruycker. Welcome to Offside Talks. And that's not Adam Schneider behind the board. No, that is Joshua Williams.
What's going on?
Adam had stuff to do today, Mitchell has stuff to do today. We have multiple members of the fifth quarter just leave completely. Josh, offside talks. Just about anything that we want to talk about, we can talk about. But you opened a bag of worms at the end of our last
I had
segment,
to say it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
mentioning one of the biggest NBA conspiracy theories. I guess.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure I won't come out and say I think it's proven, but
it's so close.
It's like it's one of those where you can look at all the different evidence and signs on the wall and be like, oh, yeah, that's really tough. That's like that definitely.
They didn't want the Kings to win, bro.
No, man. So
I would look having a jersey.
Why don't you break that down for?
I would look
for
having
those
a new jersey and Sacramento NBA Finals. Oh my God, the numbers would have went down. So they had to push that narrative, and they did it. First of all, who was it? It was like Mike Bibby elbowed Kobe. No, he didn't elbow Kobe. He there was like an elbow, and it was like a foul call. Like Kobe had ended up elbowing Mike Bibby, and they called the foul on Mike Bibby. Huh? Like, to me, that's not crazy. And then everything going on.
The first thing I saw when I looked this up, by the way, is Mike Bibby remains convinced that the Sacramento Kings were denied a fair opportunity. That was posted 2 days ago.
See, bro, it's still. I truly think that was possible. And like, oh my God, that damn ref, Tim, whatever his name is,
Tim Donahue.
Yeah, him, that guy. He for sure rigged it. He rigged it.
Yeah, well, he was federally indicted for that.
For sure, rigged it.
For the betting and gambling that he did on the actual thing. But he likes to say that he did it under the guise of like, I did it with it. So like, to put it in his words, they did it where they have a meeting pre-game with all the different refs, and they're like, okay, well, maybe we're going to be more hard on this or hard on that after they get reports from the league. So anytime that they were like, oh, we think that Kobe hasn't been getting to the line as much, Donahue would force it even more to try to get Kobe to the line more.
They got so many free throws. It was like they were out free throwing every game by like 10 plus. And the Kings were still up 2-1 in the series. And it was just like, if Robert Orion hit that clutch game winner to tie the series, Kings would have went up 3-1. And then what would Tim Donahue do now? He would have rigged it to the point where a 3-1 comeback would have happened, and that'd have been like the first noticeable 3-1 comeback. No, bro. I just don't like the fact like they like if you watch it,
that's the 3-peat too. I think a lot of people
the ending
forget
of the
about
3-peat.
Yeah,
they had to let the 3-peat run out because it was like, it's the Lakers. Come on, bro. Kobe and Shaq, best duo to ever do it. Yeah, bro. Let's keep that going. and they're playing New Jersey. It's like, bro, like Lakers such a big draw that anybody would watch the Lakers. Imagine if the Kings won. There's no draw between the Kings and the Nets. That would be like one of the most like. Not even. It could have been as entertaining as possible because I thought that'd have been way more entertaining.
Yeah,
it's like the Lakers swept them.
The Nets hadn't been to the playoffs in 3 years before that they went there.
Right.
They hired Rod Thorne as team president, and then he hired Byron Scott to coach New Jersey. Then they traded for Stephon Marbury, traded Sam Cassell away. Like they got the first overall pick in 1999 and 2000.
It was Kenyon Martin.
Ken Martin, and he was still an NBA all rookie team. So it's like you had a situation that was good. Then you go ahead and you draft Richard Jefferson, Jason Collins,
rookie.
Brandon Armstrong, like Jerry Colangelo. Then the day after the trade, trades you guys Jason Kidd for Marbury. I mean, and he becomes your prize star. It's really tough when you have to go back and look at things like this and be like, really, you had to step in because you thought the ratings wouldn't be all that great. Who cares? If you're that worried about, you know what would have gotten ratings? Some of them, 2 teams fighting for some of their first NBA titles
ever.
It just really bugs me.
Instead, Lakers swept the Nets, bro. And Shaq just dominated them and dropped like 50 something on them, bro.
Yeah, he was MVP He averaged 36,
Come
12,
on, bro.
and 3.
Like Kenyon Martin's guarding him.
Holy cow.
Kenyon Martin's guarding him, bro. He's gonna do whatever he wants.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that also won Phil Jackson his 9th ring and helped him pass Pat Riley for career playoff wins, and it just.
Oh yeah, one more thing I want to get on my chest. Shaq, bro, don't ever say the Knicks championship was lucky. I heard somebody say the Knicks championship was luck. Everybody's championship needs luck. My boy Shaq said 2 of my rings are luck. 2
of them.
All of them. What you talking about? 2000. Because he said OG's tipping was luck. Okay. If we're gonna do that logic, okay. I'm about to cook. If we're gonna do that logic. What about your 50-point comeback against the Trailblazers in 2000, right? That's luck too, right? I know. That lob. Kobe to Shaq. Lob. That's luck too, right? Let's get to that. 2001. I don't know, man. AI, man. What if AI, what if they had actually no, 2001 he low-key get a pass. He low-key get a pass. That was the most dominant run ever. 15-1, yeah, he get a pass. That's not luck. 2002, I just talked about luck.
That's just belt.
2002, I talked about it the entire time. 2006, I wonder if what if the Mavericks never took that 2-0 lead? What if Wade never went off and turned into this monster? Because you ain't really do much, brother. So if Wade ain't go crazy, you would have 1 ring.
That's another thing that I think I've been hating recently is all of the conversations where it's and there's kind of shifted gears a little bit where it's he's only going to this team because he wants to win a championship. That's a new.
Is that not the goal?
Well, and they act like it's a new thing.
Everybody's doing that.
This is a new aged younger player kind of deal. Do I need to remind you that T-Mac went down to Orlando. Orlando, and they were this close to Tim Duncan.
This close, and because he said because peanut brain Doc Rivers said, we don't allow family on the plane. Because he said we don't allow family on the plane. They got rid of Tim Duncan. Now imagine Tim Duncan, Grant Hill, and Tracy McGrady.
Ooh. Yeah, and they would have been calling that a super team. Oh, what about when Malone, Gary Payton, and the Expendables get together with Kobe
and still lose
and still lose?
Or what about the time where the Mavericks were on the phone and they were supposed to get after the trade after that Shaq wanted to leave the Lakers? They were on the phone and supposedly the Mavericks were in phone pairing Shaq and Dirk together.
Yeah,
bro, Shaq and Dirk. Bro, just don't go in the paint.
They act scary. They act like it's this new thing to put a bunch of stars together to try to go win. When one that I saw that really stood out to me was it was a timeline, and it was Charles Barkley beforehand talking about how the 76ers weren't a good enough team. This was pre-Bron signing. How the 76ers weren't a good enough team. They're not good enough to beat the Celtics in the East. Blah, 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 blah. Then it panned to him post LeBron signing. And all of a sudden, the 76ers are a super team because a 43-year-old LeBron James signed to them. And then it clipped to Charles Barkley post-retirement. And they talked to him and they're like, oh, Charles, would you ever come back? And he goes, well, to come back, I'd have to put some really good guys around me and be certain they wanted to go win a championship. Yeah, because that's the goal. That's the goal, is to win a championship. You want to go play. Good players want to play with good players. It doesn't make any sense to come out here and say, oh, well, he's just going over here because he wants to win. No, what are we talking about, dude?
And Charles Barkley, I'm on to you, bro. Did you go to Houston? Did you pair with Pippen and Olajuwon?
How'd that go?
It ain't go nowhere.
Oh my goodness, dude!
Hello.
This is the first guys to go ahead and be like, oh, well, we're gonna go ahead and just make sure that everything's fine. Don't make. I'm a Chicago boy, but like, don't get me started on the Bulls. It's one of the greatest constructed teams of all time.
Yeah, they moved pieces to get that done. They moved a lot of pieces to get that done. Bulls could have got Kobe for real. Kobe wanted to go to. He was wearing the Bulls jersey. He wanted to go to the Bulls. They could have got them.
And you're just like, oh, no, it's only a super team when it's like, when it's what, a 40. If you're still worried about where a 43-year-old is playing basketball, I think they're doing something right. I think something's probably going right. Like, you can look around the league. You can look around the league. Like, I'll point to the Warriors. The Warriors wanted to sign LeBron. It was either him or the 76ers. Bron's agent Rich Paul even came out and said that. But when the Warriors didn't sign LeBron, who's the Warriors' backup? Josh, do you know who the Warriors signed instead of?
Instead of who?
Instead of LeBron James?
They signed was it Mario?
I'm pretty sure it's Mario Hezonja.
Mario Hezonja, right? They signed Mario Hezonja.
That's your fallback plan? And how many teams had that exact fallback plan? Because the difference between a 43-year-old LeBron and the next best free agent you could have got is ridiculous. Like, people always are like, point out the decision and like, oh, he's selfish and things like that, and it's blah, 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 blah. I always put it in the perspective of like, imagine Patrick Mahomes hitting the open market, because that's what happened. Okay, it wasn't that, oh, he just magically was able to make the decision. No. You had LeBron James hit free agency. That should be the number one story. Did ESPN maybe take it a little too far and shove it in your face? Sure. But if they're not doing that, they're doing themselves a disservice as a sports, news network. They're supposed to be covering where the heck they think LeBron James is going to go.
That's the point. And obviously, this is his first time actually doing something like that in the free agency portal, so they're obviously going to speak on that heavily. It's just possible. Everybody, and him just like marking out he could have gone to any team, just opens up everybody making the move to go get him. Just to be relevant. Some teams are doing that just to be relevant. They don't even want to. They don't even want to win.
We don't want to win, but
it's LeBron James.
If we can put LeBron James in a Timberwolves or a Nuggets or a Cavs or a who cares jersey, people literally follow LeBron around with their fandom. There are non-team fans that are LeBron fans that just follow him around.
Cash Nasty is a Philly fan now because he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because LeBron's on the Sixers. That is like, there is an entire fan base that will come with just signing this player, even still at this age. So it's like, I can't stand hearing all this. Oh, well, he's just going there because he wants to win. It's in the same vein of, I know you weren't here. We were talking about the Dodgers earlier. It's the same vein where it's like, oh, well, the Dodgers are just spending all this money to win. That's the point. The point is to win. We're playing a competitive sport. The point is to win the game. You literally, like, I feel like that coach. I'm spacing on his name right now, but you play to win the game. You play to win the game. That's the whole reason we play the game. To say, oh, he's only going there to win, is the dumbest thing I can ever heard. Oh my God. I got my blood pumping.
I got his blood boiling. I got his blood boiling, bro. I get it though, bro. Like, the point is to win, so why not go win?
Like, the entire goal is to win. Right. So why not try and win? And then if my team tries and wins, and you're going, whoa, you're trying too hard. Wait, huh?
You're trying too little.
You're not trying hard enough to win.
Too little. That's rough.
I can't stand it. It's the worst. Oh, 76ers are bums without LeBron. And 43,
no, they're not.
And then a 43-year-old LeBron. Oh, they're a super team. Get out of here, dude. I don't want to hear this garbage.
Yo, that's Charles Barkley on that thing talking. However you talking. It be the people with no rings, bro. They don't know how I feel. They just don't know how it feels to get anything. So it's like they're just hating. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Just because you ain't get one, I mean, you bought to get one.
Yeah,
so.
And not like you didn't try to go get one. You
tried.
Definitely tried.
You just failed.
Yeah.
You made the finals and you ran into God. You ran into Black Jesus. I'm sorry, you're not winning that battle, buddy.
You ran into one of the greatest constructed teams in NBA history.
How John? How John passed the field, buddy?
Oh my god.
Bingo! Right in your soul. Right into your soul. Right into your soul. Hey. Right into your soul, bro. Right into your heart. You couldn't get it done. Kevin Johnson couldn't get it done. Oh, hold on. Dan Marley couldn't get it done. Hold on. I'm about to get on that entire team.
Hold on. I'm about to get everybody here.
Everybody get cooked. None of y'all could get it done, bro. Ain't none of y'all got it done, man. Just how the game goes. Just how the game goes, bro.
I mean, even like the amount of people that heck, like even the Suns and Steve Nash.
They could have got.
They could have had it,
but they just couldn't.
But they didn't. They didn't get it together.
They're gonna get together, bro.
But you're gonna look at me.
Against
You're gonna look at me and tell me that
better team
because the Suns got Steve Nash that they're trying to win a title too hard. Like, get out of my face, dog. I don't want to hear this garbage. I mean, like, I'll point to Harden as well.
Oh yeah,
Harden is one of those guys where it's like, I want my buddies. Okay, we'll go get your buddies. We'll get Kyrie and Irving, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. How'd that go? Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually done with them. I'm gonna go to.
I need a center. I need a dominant center. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
I need an upcoming star, guard next to you.
They're like, we'll give you. You go down to Houston. What do you want? And he's like, can I have my friend Russell Westbrook back? And then can you also sign Dwight Howard? Sure, sounds good. We'll put all these pieces together. How'd that do? Nothing. So it's like the amount of teams that get put together in this same like vein where it's like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out, and then nothing.
The 76ers goes to the Clippers. Oh, well, I got my boy Kawhi with me, and I got my boy PG with me.
Yeah,
and I got my boy Russ with me.
Yeah.
And
how many playoff games that team win? That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just say, oh, they're putting together good players. They're trying to win too hard, and it's all gonna.
It's like, you know what, bro? Pair me with Spider. Yeah. Pair me with Spider and Evan Mobley and Allen, and then proceed to be the reason that the Cavs got swept.
Like, oh my God, it's just I have a problem. This is my big problem with trying to keep up with the NBA as much. It's like the NBA discourse is some of the most unethical sports talk there is out there.
They don't know anything. That's why I don't talk. That's why I don't have a page talking about basketball, because they don't know nothing. I have a page talking about music because they know something.
Yeah. It's like
they don't know nothing about basketball.
People give true, heartfelt opinions on music.
And I can listen to it and be like, okay, I respect that. Yeah. But basketball, nah, boy. Y'all, there's a lot of trendsetters who got platforms nowadays. I don't like it.
A lot of basketball media, I find, is what's the like trendsetters? What's the hot button thing that I can poke? Like Brian Windhorst talked about it the other day on ESPN. But they try, yes, in some sense, but he's really good at being impartial and staying like on what is current and things like that. Like they tried to get him on the LeBron Jordan thing. Right. They tried to the classic question, and he was like, "I'm not here to have this conversation." And he goes, "Frankly, I think it's a dumb conversation in the first place." And I'm like, dude, thank you for being as someone with their head screwed on straight, where it's like you're trying to compare these two guys that played in completely different decades. And like my buddy in college, he's always a big proponent of Ethan Heck. He's also hates the GOAT debate. He's like, oh yeah, you guys want to talk GOAT, but then I bring up Pistol Pete, or I bring up Will Chamberlain, or I bring up Russell, or he goes, and oh, they didn't play against anybody. He goes, but I look at your guys' resume and it sucks compared to this guy. Like he goes, like he went so far as he found a study that the old coach at I want to say Pistol Pete went to LSU, but I won't.
I don't know if he went to LSU. I do know he went to like a very
he went to a larger school. But his coach went because Pistol Pete played college before the 3-point line.
He would have been a stud. He went to LSU.
Yeah,
he
he averaged like 50 some odd points at LSU. he would have averaged like 74 or whatever it was if they had the three. His coach tracked every single shot, and he goes, "So do I look at that guy and I say he's not the GOAT?" And I'm like, "You make a fair point. Like I don't want to have GOAT conversations. I think it's silly across really like all sports. There are some where it makes sense, but like there are some people now that are like want to bring Alexander Ovechkin into the NHL talk." And it's like there's plenty of old heads who will love to sit down and just tell you how great Gretzky is over and over again and not hear you out on it because and I'm not too clear on how the rules in hockey have changed, but I know that players have gotten more skilled. I know that you don't have a guy sitting on the bench now just to fight anymore. Like there's consistent progression in sports, and I think to not realize that and to just act like that doesn't exist is asinine, really. Just to be like, oh, okay. Oh,
another move has been made.
Yeah, it's actually pretty on topic for me and you. So, wide receiver Brock Rechsteiner for the Saints, the son of WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner.
Got a contract.
He's been suspended 6 games by the NFL. The reasoning is currently still unknown.
Steroids,
dude. Come on,
bro. Don't
tell me that.
You know what's going on, bro.
That it's still unknown.
Steroids. Come on, man. Don't do it, bro. Don't finesse it, bro.
Oh my goodness.
We know the real. We know who his father is. We know the background and history, bro. Come on, bro. It's for sure steroids. They tried it. It doesn't work out too, by the way. I don't know why they keep trying to do this wrestling and football. Like it just doesn't work.
Well, it was like Brock made like the Ravens squad.
He made the
was like
Viking squad or something like that.
Yeah, a purple team for sure.
Purple team.
I can't agree on that.
Yeah,
because whatever I saw, but he played at like Kennesaw State or whatever it was.
Right.
And he played fullback. And then when he was done, he was like, I guess I'll
like
wrestle.
wrestling.
Just go to wrestle. Just go straight to
and
wrestle.
Bron Breakker was the same way. Bron Breakker made like some type of team, and then he went to go wrestle and stuff like that. So it's just like that era of like just like big body guys who are uber athletic, like they just tend to like wrestling. Obo wasn't a wrestler; he wasn't a football player, but
no, he was a shot put.
Shot put guy. And then you got like Trick was also like in that category too. So it's just
Sol Ruca was an Olympic level gymnast at Michigan State. What's it? Kalani Jordan, same thing. Like there are lots of. I mean, hell, Kendall Gray. I don't know if you watched NXT. We haven't really talked NXT.
I mean, we could talk NXT right now. That underground match. My God.
We won't talk about anything else in NXT because the rest of it sucked.
But that match,
But
though,
the underground match, though, that was so sick. Nick Johnson was saying that he doesn't like the underground matches, and I can understand where he's coming from when they used to do them.
Yeah, because it was so weird.
Yeah.
Especially when you had that one tall dude used to be there every week. He used to just dominate everybody. Commander or something.
Yeah. That was when it was like Regal or whatever it was that was like
Shane McMahon was hosting that.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was a horrible
That was
time.
really bad. But now when you actually have guys, you go, okay, well, Lola's a former, mixed martial artist, professional fighter, and Kendall Gray made the Olympic team for Greco-Roman wrestling and like freestyle wrestling and things like that. Well, that buys me in. When I know that these people can actually fight, I'll pay attention to this. If you're going to actually
put
fight,
her to sleep, bro. And I thought the match was over, but then you got Red Sinclair like shaking her hand.
Yeah.
It's just like
taping her up. Yeah, it was so
taped her up,
good.
and she was like, she didn't know where she was, and it was just like, oh my God, it was like a 5-star match. I'm just like, I was so intrigued. I'm like, yeah, that was good.
It was so good. So excited for it.
Kendall, I think she's gonna be one of the women she's not gonna lose it. She's gonna have to vacate and go to the main roster. She's not losing that title. She's gonna have to like vacate it.
said like you can't name a bad Kendall Gray match so far. And that is so impressive for a wrestler on NXT.
She's like 22, 23 or something like that. She's like, yes.
She's female Kurt Angle, man.
Oh,
she's gross. She's so good technically.
She's really good, bro. Like she's good. Like Lola Vice is pretty good too. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm surprised
the women's division is back to NXT. Oh my god, that's still
Zarya
Kalani
flies
Jr.
underneath the Zarya flies underneath the
bro,
radar.
she's cooking. Bro, I love what they're doing with Kalani Jordan.
Yeah. Ren Sinclair's awesome.
She's awesome, right? The whole group is awesome. Like I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what Natalia's doing with the redemption and stuff like that. With the whole like
that's sick too.
That's cool too.
All the good. I think
and Jenna Parker, she's cracking up
her
wins
and
and
Tia,
stuff.
like
Tia Hill,
oh my god.
yeah. They're racking up wins, so I'm a fan of it. Like I'm on a guest. I love what they're doing. They have the best roster for sure.
Men aren't doing anything interesting.
I don't know, man. That main roster seat is horrible, bro.
I don't care about
Tony D'Angelo. We don't care.
You've
And
made
then
me
whatever
not
his name is.
You've made me not care about Tony D'Angelo.
And you're making me not like Mike Santana. What is Cruz Montana? What is Cruz Montana, bro? Like, bro, that's such a horrible name.
You know who we sound like right now? Grayson Waller. We're just saying the
came in and started
same
just
exact
cooking
thing.
everybody. I'm not gonna lie. If he was NXT title, I would not be mad, bro. He look-y can bring something back. Because then you have a bunch of old guys going back thinking they can win the title and stuff like that. And that's when you drag in a bunch of guys who aren't doing anything on the main roster and bring them back to NXT.
Yeah.
You revive the men's division because it's not good.
No.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. The only guy who I generally like is EK Prosper. Like EK to Prosper. Like he's super good. Athletic.
But I will say this.
And Kevon Carter, I still don't like him.
But I liked the angle of that win.
Yeah, where he did the roll up. The roll up.
It's like this big brute learning how to do a
Do
small
roll
package. Like
yeah.
I like the idea where it's like this big monster
Can still be technical.
learn how to do wrestle move. Like I like
a Flintstone, bro.
because that's what it is. Big man, ooh ga. Like literally just whooping everybody. His debut was insane.
Yeah,
his debut, he didn't say anything. He just
elbowed him. He just got elbowed him into the ground. He just wouldn't move. And I was like, damn, bro, you're just like, you look so stiff. But like he's getting better.
Yeah.
They're trying to push him as Oba, which is not.
It's not going to happen.
Oba has the mic skills.
Yes.
Oba has the mic skills.
And he
too,
was
buddy.
so good.
He was so good on Raw. He was like, all right, it's time now. And so I guess he's going after the title.
Mason Rook needs a WeWork too.
Yeah, because he was the big body outside me dad. Like you got John Cena got the improvement, and then you just didn't hear from him again. And then you lost, and then you got Cameron Hendricks, whatever his name is,
Cam Hendricks. Yo, get that guy off my TV, dog. Please.
They try to make him seem like the Rock.
Please get him off my TV.
That boy's not the Rock.
I've never seen a man. You know when it's like
not the
you
Rock.
you can tell that somebody's trying too hard to get over.
He's trying too hard. He's not the Rock.
He is like consistently placating to what people.
He's not the Rock.
Part of wrestling is surprising or shocking the crowd, not just agreeing and falling in with everything the crowd wants you to do. You can listen to the crowd. That's awesome. That's good stuff. But part of the joy of wrestling is like, oh, what's going to happen now? But if I know you're just going to listen to me, like, what? I'm just going to. I mean, it's bad TV. A lot of it's bad TV. SummerSlam was half of SummerSlam was.
I ain't even want to talk about no damn SummerSlam.
Nah, NXT. I think that's really all we have. But congratulations to the women, men stepping up over on NXT. Thank you so much to the Slim Schneidy Schneider who was here earlier today, Mitchell Gilbert for helping us out on this kind of longer extended show. Adam said beforehand he knew that it was going to be an extended show because we had to go through baseball, and I tend to yap a little bit when it comes to baseball. For just an overall kind of recap of what happened so far on the show today, Detroit Tigers, Braves, Reds, other such teams listed as losers of the MLB trade deadline. Dodgers, Angels, Cubs, Red Sox kind of listed as winners of the trade deadline. Went over Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson's contracts and everything that it means for the running back market in those teams. Talked about how the Giants are going to have the roughest time in the world because Aaron Donald is back and Jalen Carter signed an extension. So it's just everything going on. Tune in tonight at 7 o'clock to the Hall of Fame game if you want to watch some preseason guys really have a good time and different things like that. But I don't have much left to talk about. All right, well then, if you're watching us on video, subscribe to Sports Town Chicago. Get a like in. Send us an email if you want us to talk about certain things. If you got any feedback on the show at the 5th QR, because we couldn't get the T for whatever reason. God bless. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on all the social medias. Everybody's social medias, including Mr. Gango over there, is all in the description. For audio listeners, if you find us on any podcasts anywhere, follow us on all your podcast stuff. Keep listening. It's the best way you can support the show. Thank you so much for listening to this long-ass, winded intro, extra, outro, whatever I want to call it. And this has been the 5th quarter.